Hello, everybody, and cameras, my arch nemesis. One day I will get these right first try. I had them right. They were right. Why are they wrong? Why is my life agony? Brooke, could you answer this for me? Why is my life agony?
Oh, am I listing off all the reasons why you might have karma that needs addressing, or?
No, actually, Brooke, I think you should shut the fuck up. Really interesting development.
Would you like your audience to know what I know?
No.
About you?
Well, what?
I like how there's two Brooks right now.
Now we're back to normal. Tech issues were solved quickly. Hello, everybody. My name is Offbeat Outlaw. I am the Dungeon Master. I use he, they pronouns, and welcome back to Paperwork Pantheon, my level 20 D&D campaign that I've been running every week, more or less, for the past 12 weeks. The players play as young mortal gods who have recently ascended through being awesome. That's that. And they're doing a bang-up job, honestly. They're currently on a mission, a vast mission, a mission to take out the Pope. And at this point in time...
The Catholic one specifically.
The Catholic one specifically. At this point in time...
We're coming for you, Frankie.
There's been a running gag in this stream so far. Brooke is very not religious. To the point of being unaware that you can just, like, go to church. Like, you don't have to sign up. You don't need to talk to anyone. You can just go.
It feels like trespassing.
And
it feels illegal.
And usually we give Brooke a lot of shit.
Do you feel the way parks?
No, but like that's a park. That's different.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Usually we give Brooke a lot of shit, but recently I had a conversation with Brooke that made me reassess how we've been treating Brooke, because I think Brooke has a much deeper understanding of religion, theism, God, than maybe some of us ever knew. Because when Brooke was a child, a wee babe swaddled in a cloth, she had a dream that she was speaking to God. And I asked her now to draw what God she was speaking to, and if you can turn your attention to the stream, everybody, I would like for you to see this lizard.
Listen, okay, alright, so, as a kid,
lizard.
I thought God was a lizard. I don't know how to tell you this. I just had, alright, okay. I'm not saying I'm
You don't have to defend yourself.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know.
all of us have been gifted with the sight.
Yeah, I am,
You know?
Why are you defending this?
You've seen further than we have.
I'm not,
fine.
No, I'm not defending it. I am just,
us.
like, educating.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
I think that's the thing. Is so like when I was a kid, I had a dream and like I was talking to a guy.
Why are his legs like that? You showed me the picture on the screen, but like his legs are so meaty.
Yeah, why is he stanced up like this too? Like he's bipedal. He's not built to be bipedal, but he's doing it. Like
okay, but it made
like
sense.
God has thunder thighs. We love to see it.
He's absolutely goated with the sauce.
Okay, so the thing about it is I had this dream and I was just like, yeah, this is probably like, I guess this is God, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was, and then when I said that I had a dream that God was a lizard when I was a kid, and I, for the longest time, thought that God was a lizard, they're like, you gotta draw it. And then I was like, ta-da! I was picturing like Australians like blue tongue lizard vibes. This looks a bit more like a stand-up salamander, but I stand by it.
I'm gonna put him in Pat's place for this dream.
That's amazing.
God, it's just Pat's just.
Wow, that's a really blue tongue.
But Amelia,
I was expecting
it's really
it to be more indigo.
Amelia, I actually got a message from God. Through the stars, specifically CoStar, the app, you know, like our friend group is like weirdly into CoStar.
They don't sponsor us though.
They don't.
They don't sponsor
You could though sponsor us, CoStar.
They're kind of problematic. We don't want their money.
Oh, they are? Okay, we don't want your
I don't
fucking
remember
money.
why.
Fuck you,
I don't
CoStar.
remember why, but it's enough that like a past version of myself was like,
I'm ready. I'm a hater. I'm ready to hate anything. So like I'd like
God, same.
Fuck CoStar.
So,
yeah, what did God
but
say?
The thing is, yeah, God the lizard let me know a message that I needed to, via CoStar, that I needed to pass on to specifically A's.
Oh. So not me, just the
has
character.
The
I do have the screenshot, but
yeah.
I completely forgot to put it into the stream overlay.
Okay, well that's fine. I'll just turn my phone around. says, "Don't sleep with the enemy because they are evil." I may have added that last part, but
yeah, it seems like you're already taking some liberties, so we're gonna just file
I
that
think
away
that's
with
actually-
what
as
you
the prophet,
I
said
think-
comes from God.
Yeah, I don't think the
Interesting.
lizard said that to you at 6 years old. I think
Oh,
yeah. I
that's-
think God has stopped talking to you for a while, Brooke.
Yeah, I think
Very heathenish.
for my Instagram reels has been nothing but lizards for actually like the past week. Would you like to see this?
Is it because you
Yes.
just keep saying lizard near your phone?
no, because the other day we were sitting there on what's that website that generates images?
Dolly Mini.
Sharks,
Yeah,
sharks.
and we
shark
were
week,
like
shark week,
generating
show me
images
sharks.
of lizard gods and specifically like lizard Jesus being crucified. It's been
He's just hungry.
I drew it. I drew Lizard
Yeah.
Jesus being crucified.
Yeah, I
showed
saw
it for a
that.
second earlier. I
Danny's
just need to make sure.
crucified lizard Jesus is my
Guys,
favorite.
I'm Jewish. I just want to pretense. That's why he's wearing a yarmulke. Because if y'all didn't know this, Jesus was Jewish. Okay.
Very famously, he was.
Famously.
I would argue that's kind of a big part of his whole thing.
Some people don't know that.
Some people
I-
think Jesus was a white guy, so like who knows what they
Yeah.
think. They think he's some
If
Obi-Wan
I
Kenobi
know
looking
it,
motherfucker.
then other people have no excuse.
Yeah, well,
Listen,
you know the
Obi-Wan-
truth that Jesus was probably a lizard.
Well, I would think Jesus would be a salamander. I think he'd be amphibious, being half mortal and half divine.
You're right.
We
you're
forgot
right.
the part about the hats, though.
The hat.
I don't think.
Okay,
I don't think we need the hats part.
The
I think,
ever-changing yarmulke.
I think we just need to know that God is a salamander.
No. Jesus is a salamander.
Oh, you're
No,
right.
God is
Yeah,
a
Well,
God
lizard.
technically, there's the God, there's the
I
Father, the Son,
think-
and the Holy Spirit, which are technically all intertwined because God resides in all of us. So technically, we all have a little lizard inside of us.
A little baby.
I like this.
I think.
But yeah,
I need-
as a kid, I thought that God
Well, the
was
Holy
obviously
Spirit's
getting
only
things
in
back
you if you
from the
ask him
Jews.
to. You gotta invite him into your heart. He
He's
comes
kinda
with
like-
Jesus, though.
Yeah.
Unless you're Catholic, maybe. I don't know how that works.
I don't know
I
either.
support religion a bit more if this was the real God that everyone worshipped, but this doesn't seem to be the picture that everyone shows me, so I'm a bit sus on that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like I'm pretty sure that we have confirmed this. The
Mm-hmm.
Ballad Boy says the most religious cold open of all time. You're right. We took you to church today, and it turns out church is actually a little terrarium with a sun lamp.
Hosier had the right idea.
Yeah, that's basically how the song goes.
Anyway, what a cold open, everybody. I am Offbeat Outlaw. I am your Dungeon Master. I use he, they pronouns. This is Paperwork Pantheon. Amelia, please introduce yourself, your character, pronouns, and classes.
Hi, my name's Amelia Som. You can find me in most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. I make content theoretically, and I'm about to do a whole bunch of fucking streams. I'm playing Aze, who is an level 18 eloquence bard, a level 2 divination wizard at present. Also is the god of the passage of time, and both of us are pretty agnostic about the pronouns.
We love that. We love that. Brooke.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn Tuesday. You can find me mostly on TikTok and Instagram. I am playing Viari, the god of truth, and unlike the real god, neither I nor Viari are a lizard. But Viari is 17 levels in Genie Warlock, 3 levels in Echo Knight Fighter.
And Danny.
What's up? I'm Godfried. I am a lizard piloting a skeleton. And I'm the god of penance. I
That's
am
new lore.
level 11 paladin, fighter 2, wizard 7.
Goddamn. What a
I do
crew we
believe
got.
Godfried is basically a raven skeleton piloting a big skeleton at this point.
Well, technically, the skeleton
crow.
is autonomous and works separate from the raven, and the raven came after the skeleton, but the raven uses it as a nest.
The
So it's less
age-old
of a-
question, which came
Wait.
first, the raven or the skeleton it inhabits?
Wait, was it a raven? I thought it said it was a crow.
it might be a crow. I may
I'm
have...
down. Would you?
I
like
like
to be a
crow.
raven?
I
It's
like-
not a different
I like to
raven.
imagine it's not actually either, but it's just a little dancing skeleton with
grackle.
a big head.
Would you like it just to be a skeleton with a big head? Because I can change
It's
that.
just instead of a bird, it's just a little skeleton that flaps its arms really hard and flies. So it's got the owl stat block.
Would you like that? We can do that.
Yes.
All right.
Wanker is now just a skeleton, but a
put
little one that lives in my rib cage.
I'll put that into. We'll do the change on stream. We'll put that in the lore.
Guys. I just opened up D&D Beyond to get my character sheet up, and then I didn't know about this. Maybe you guys already did. They're doing Dragonlance.
Yes, I did know about this, but that's gonna be super hype. I agree. But
is it still the night, or is it the morning, or what happens?
Well, we're still.
We beat the tax man.
You beat the tax man. You guys are back in the Pantheon proper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so with that being said, why don't we start this dang stream with our lovely 15-minute cold open. So we are back. Gottfried and Viari just defeated the tax collector who guards all of the taxes in the divine contract, and they successfully managed to correct Zees' taxes so he can no longer commit mass-scale sorcery point tax fraud. And he now owes 20,000 years worth of sorcery points. What a guy. But this is Zees, so there's about a 90% chance he'll figure out a workaround in about a week. So, the party emerges from the divine contract with the aid of Alistair. You are there too now. You just kind of showed up from a back hallway. Fate said they had to do something. He just wanted to chat and catch up and be like, "How's the mission going?" He was just very curious.
We're actually doing that right now. Yeah.
Oh, is it not done? Oh, did I interrupt something? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
they'll probably be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're not in the divine Are they in the divine contract right now?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was there too.
Oh.
Mhm. Yeah.
Alistair's probably not going to be very happy with me.
Yeah. So.
Can you just say that fate demanded this and it's
Yeah, there was a
metaphorical-
big thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll workshop something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Figured out a new prophecy if you'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Sure. So try not to be too mad. Keep in mind these are very metaphorical. It says Zees shall fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's yeah, it was written. It is here. Zees will fall. I don't know how that plays out, but something to keep in mind.
Okay. Well, I can work with that.
Okay.
I can figure that out. That's broad. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Thank you for telling me. Do you have any other prophecies? Do you have any fun ones?
He takes out this flip notebook. And as he flips the pages, you note that there's in the bottom right hand corner, there's a little guy doing a dance.
Yeah.
Describe fun exactly.
I guess interesting, but doesn't negatively affect me or my friends. It could negatively affect other people. I don't really care about them.
I'm gonna roll on my D100. Ooh, 47.
I've decided A's also just has a little iced tea that I just grabbed from somewhere in the Fate domain.
That's valid. So I don't actually have a fun one.
Oh.
Do you wanna hear it still?
Yeah, I kind of want to hear all of them, I guess, right?
Yeah. One of you shall suffer great pain. Or the pain. Worth mentioning, there is a chaos god of pain.
Technically, Gottfried already suffered pain because he stepped on the letter or the word pain in the divine contract. So technically, that prophecy has already come to pass.
It could have. There's also a chaos god who controls the domain of pain.
Oh. Yeah, see, but I think this is good to know because even if you didn't tell it to us, it would still happen. These always happen, right? What's the accuracy rate?
100%.
Yeah.
They're 100% accurate, but we never know when.
Okay. Well, I should. Well, then I'll figure out when, and then that's what time is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was more depressing than I was hoping for. Could you actually? I think I need to like take time by myself. I feel bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
No,
gonna...
you shouldn't. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
You're doing good.
Yeah. Just have fun with your friends. And she's just gonna.
Why is Fate just Bruno from Encanto?
I've never seen Encanto, so.
We have to watch Encanto!
Oh my
you want me to
God.
sing you the entire thing right now? I can do it. I can do the entire movie every
You know,
single
Amelia, I
song.
think you're such a good singer that I'd get a copyright strike, so we're not gonna do that.
I don't think they would notice. I'm not good. You say you think I'm
Amelia?
a very good singer, and I don't think you've heard me sing.
Amelia had the entirety of We Don't Talk About Bruno memorized within a day of that movie coming out. I got an entire Snapchat sequence of just Amelia singing the entirety of We Don't Talk About Bruno. Like the instant it came out, I'm like, how? How did you learn this? Anyway.
Don't worry about it.
It was all
Any
over my
hoozles.
fruit. Anyway, you appear outside into the left, slightly to the left of the Divine Contract. You see Alistair floating just only a few inches above the ground down the staircase. Viari
Such a
and
poor move.
Godfried also walking behind. Oh. Ace, pleasure to see you again. You'll be happy to know that your friend, Zees, is no longer committing mass-scale tax fraud.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Well,
And,
it means
like, the
he owes me
practical
20,000 years worth of spell slots, so for the next 20,000 years, he will never regain a sorcery point ever again.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And when he dies, he will continue to pay that through some manner. I'll have to work it out with death. This happens like on occasion. You know, the superpowered entities get a little big for their britches, so they still need to make their payments, otherwise the world stops working. It's very interesting.
Yeah. You know, I guess I should have assumed this happened. You know, back when we were mortal, I always filed the taxes, so...
Yes, I saw that. I was looking through some of his forms, and I realized that he would often give you the rights to do it, but then he would take them away again, like halfway through the process.
Yeah, okay, so, well, it started out that Z's never filed taxes because I had always been filing them, and then they were bragging about it, and I said, well, I've been filing your taxes for you, and then they were upset by that, so just started trying to make it very difficult for me to file the taxes, but then I was annoyed by that, and I wasn't going to let them just get away with trying to best me, so then I just got more aggressive about filing the taxes, so...
Yes.
I don't really know where it ended up by the end of it.
Yeah, you do know that there are about 100 companies that have been filed in Zeez's names that all closed down within a week of each other.
Oh, I know. The paperwork is absolutely insane.
Oh, I'm so glad. I've been trying to muddle through this for hours.
No, it's wild. It's I literally had to just pay people. You know, I started a financial firm just so that way I could allocate some time from my employees' resources to working through all of the Z's mess. And then Z's sort of bought out my firm in a hostile takeover, and that was its own mess because that was still more paperwork.
And do you know what's ludicrous about all of this? This is usually automated. He made it not automated for himself to be a dick.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of these taxes, can I get his INN or something?
No, you can't, Godfried. You
I
can't
looked at his forms. It should have been on there.
Make a history check.
My favorite thing in this entire campaign is Alistair and Ace bonding over paperwork and taxes.
Where is my character sheet?
Have you checked your
Oh,
bubble?
there it is. I did, and you know,
Have you
guess
checked
crazy. It's not
D's
there.
nuts?
You know, I think I have.
Got
All right.
him.
Yo, Danny,
Actually, I
don't.
what's
What's
the
up?
name of a shoe that has a cat on it? What's the shoe brand that has a cat on it?
Puma.
My balls in your mouth! Raw!
I'm gonna mess up your cameras.
Oh no!
You bastard!
This is my favorite power move that any of us have.
Why would he do this? Why would he cut Amelia in half?
How dare? I've done literally nothing wrong, ever.
20 plus
I
6.
love it. I love this as a form of revenge.
What was your modifier, Daddy?
It's a plus 6, so 26.
26? Okay. So, you do know his INN number. What would you like to do with it?
I want to go to wherever, again, the gods of tax filing here or whatever, and I want to be able to trace, again, it's traced back to a bank inside the chaos divine contract, or the realm of chaos, wherever. So I need, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to audit that bank.
So you want to audit the bank that Zzzz has
I cast
registered.
audit at 6th level.
You guys joke, but that is a spell, and Alistair has it. You guys have not encountered it yet.
Stop it.
There is. He's the god of taxes. Of course he is.
I knew it.
This
Talk
may
about
be
getting
your funniest
airdrop
invention
stuff
yet.
from God.
Mm-hmm. So you want to. So do you
a
mention
puppet
this
now.
to Alistair? You'd like to audit the chaos god Pantheon, in a sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To
Well,
make sure they've all been filing taxes correctly, and if they haven't, well, that's an issue, isn't it?
well, there's almost certainly a chance that they've been trying to find workarounds. As far as we know, Zees is the only one who's managed to successfully pull this off, and, well, frankly, his taxes have been interesting for quite some time. We can send an auditor into the tax section of the contract. That'll be handled by the Truth Commission, though. It'll take some time.
How much is some time?
Well, probably a week. We have a lot of people on standby who work for Truth.
Could I go to Truth? Talk to Truth for a second.
I can summon him right now if you'd like.
Sure.
Alistair
I'm
snaps
just
his
gonna-
Alistair snaps his fingers, and Truth is sitting there pleasantly in a lounge chair. Hello!
Hi,
Hey,
Truth. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, as usual.
Great. Is that truthful?
Of course, I'm always doing quite well for myself. Why would I ever lie? Lying is deceitful, and therefore heinous and evil. Thank you, Alexandra, for the 1999 Truth books.
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV. Why on earth would I lie? Lying is for deceitful, evil little people.
Evil is relative, and evil is about perspective, and, you know, sometimes you're a dick. Listen, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Yes, what is your what is your question, Godfried?
We've discovered a Chaos God evading taxes, and you handle auditing, correct?
I am part of the Auditing Commission. I can certainly open a report if you would like.
A report. All right. Is there any way we can cut past the red tape and streamline this so we can actually send an auditor to the Chaos Bank?
Yes. He snaps
How?
his fingers, and this guy, one of the most boring-looking dudes you've ever seen in your life. He looks like about a 40-year-old white guy with graying hair. Brooke, you know, Viari, you know this man well.
Gary! Hey, Gary. How's Lexi?
With a name tag that says Garrett, and then in brackets, not Gary Viari.
Of course his name's not Gary
Hey, Gary.
Viari.
How's Lexi?
If you mean my sister, she is doing quite well for herself. She has won her fourth
like that.
tournament of power in the last week.
That's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Please stop
Hi,
talking about my sister in this way.
Garrett?
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yes.
You
hello,
brought her
Godfrey.
up.
No, Viari, he didn't.
Well, you brought up that part.
Godfried, what is it you would like?
I need you to audit some places for me. Can you do that?
Okay. Could
You sound exasperated. Like, this is your job. Why do you
No,
sound
I'm not exasperated at you. I'm exasperated at someone else who's present in this room currently. But yes, I would be more than happy to do this for you, Godfried.
Thank you.
Truth, could we dispatch about... We're going to be going to the Divine Contract, the T section for taxes, so that's going to need to be at least 5,000 warlocks.
5,000.
We're not
Oh,
gods,
surely you
Viari.
can handle that.
Viari, we're not gods.
Oh
Are
my
we?
Yeah,
God.
but you're like level 20 though. Aren't you?
We are level 20. I'm level 20. Not all of us are. And I know that you don't necessarily value our lives, but I happen to value the lives of my compatriots quite highly.
Okay, that's not true. I do value your lives, and also if you
5,000
go in there...
warlocks, please.
We're jumping to a lot of assumptions here.
5,000 warlocks are needed in order for this to be a safe mission, so that we have no lives lost.
Sick. Listen, can you also, like, do me a favor? Viari, could you copy this man's face for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
No.
Now remember that. All right.
Remember his face?
Yes, right. My plan,
Oh.
we're gonna audit the church.
I've had this face memorized for ages.
And you didn't tell me?
You don't need to... Well, I didn't think you'd have as many uses for it as I do.
What use do you have?
What? I would also like to know what uses you have for this.
Considering your relations with my sister, I'm very concerned about what uses you have with my face.
Okay, no one brought
Yeah.
Lexi into this.
I did. I
No,
brought
no,
her
no,
into
no.
this.
It
I'm
was
worried.
implied.
Yeah, no, that's I'm. We're all on the same page
Okay.
here. Viari.
Viari.
You guys recall
Whoa.
that I was one of Alistair's
Whoa.
warlocks. I went on my own jobs. It was funny to get him in trouble.
Oh.
I feel like some steps have been made. Do you remember that time they thought that you committed tax fraud?
You have no idea how much trouble you caused me, Viari.
Your God is truth. He would have known. But it's weird that he's like God of truth and he reckons he never lies, because you know that True Strike cantrip? Did you know he has a better version that he keeps all to himself?
Yes.
That's wild. Why won't he give it to you?
Why doesn't Alistair
That
give you all
seems-
of his spells?
He started to.
Oh, but he doesn't give you all of them, especially the good ones.
Well, I'm like working up to it. He's given me
Um,
some pretty good spell.
Mhm.
All right.
Ace, do you want to go get coffee?
Do you
I'd
know
love
about
to
him?
get
Do you know
coffee.
about
I think the coffee
embargo?
machine is broken. Let's go do that.
Of course I know about embargo.
I filled it with bones. I'm gonna go fix that.
Godfrey, why do you keep putting bones in things? You
'Cause
always say
calcium.
we have we can just get you calcium supplements. Or like at least powder the bones before you put them in you have to grind it first.
That's what the coffee machine is for.
It just doesn't grind it gums up the gears. I'll make a
That
better
sounds
one.
like a
I'll make
skill
better
issue.
one. I'm gonna go build a better bone grinder
I'm
for the
gonna,
break
I'm
room.
gonna sidle up to Gary. You know, now that I'm a god, you could be one of my warlocks.
Why on earth would I do that?
I'm way more fun than Truth. Besides, we get along so well. We're like besties.
You fuck my sister. You want to fuck my life as well? You just want to screw everything over for me, don't you? You just want to see me cry.
Honestly,
You want to make me cry? You want to see me cry in my
no.
tears or
I
something?
don't enjoy watching you cry. You just do it a lot for someone who's so, you know. Like, I don't get joy out of it. You just do it.
Why are you smiling then?
Because the fucking your sister thing, I do get joy out of. But here's the thing. I reckon we would be really good on the same side. You working with me.
Can I tell you something?
I
Viari?
wouldn't give you nerfed versions of my cantrips.
Ever since I've met you, I found you entirely insufferable. There's never been a moment of peace or pleasure in any conversation I've had with you. You've been insufferable, annoying, deceitful, aggressive, and you've never once paid me a single compliment other than trying to manipulate me in order to do what you want.
Oh, okay, that's a little...
Accurate?
Extra-
Yes. I'm going to go do
No.
my audit now. Have a good day, Viari. I hope you find much pleasure in your day.
Garrett, report back to me once you've done this, please. I want to go over some forms.
You got it.
Thank you. Ace,
Garrett
the
walks
bones
off.
are too big.
I'm trying. It's
Tell
a
Lexi I said
process.
hi.
Garrett turns around and throws a pen at your head. And then walks
You
off.
take
Tuck it behind my
5d12
ear.
damage.
Wait, no, he's gonna see if this hits.
Oh, amazing.
It's gotta
That's
be
a
more than a
fucking
D.
19 plus 11. That's a 30. Does that hit?
Yes, a 30 hits.
Okay. You take 7 damage as the pen pings you.
See,
in the
that sounds
forehead.
like a skill
Ow.
issue because a 30 wouldn't hit me if I had my reaction.
Oh my god.
I'm now on
that's a
73 hit
scale.
points. I'm gonna pick up the pen and tuck it behind my ear.
Aggressively touch
You're
the
lucky I'm
pen.
not a vengeful god. I might have punished you for that.
You could be my warlock Viari and you could be vengeful.
That's a
No.
demotion.
You cannot become warlocks for each other. This is Alistair.
Could we all become
But that'd be
warlocks for
so
each other?
funny.
We
Exactly.
just
Then
do one
it's...
on the other. We each
Is
on
that-
bottom, we each on warlock.
Is
Well-
that technically an MLM?
You would become a triumvirate if you were to combine your domains, similar to how we have the triumvirate of war. You would become part of something larger. You guys cannot work under each other. You are all on equal footing in terms of the Pantheon. Remember,
Our
you have
domains
symbols.
don't really cross-sect very much.
Mhm.
It doesn't really cross-sect, though, so it doesn't make sense. Like, the triumvirate of war, that makes sense. But the triumvirate of bitches? I don't know, man.
No.
No, I
Well,
think you're
no.
onto something there.
Maybe like the triumvirate of, oh, I don't know, hypothetically something that's never come up before in our entire lives, like weed and pussy.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
funny.
can't smoke, I'm a skeleton.
You can try. I think we just haven't found the right stuff for you. But the triumvirate of war changes domains when they become the triumvirate of war.
Yes, they
Like
change
bloodshed's
into,
normally passion.
they change into their other aspects.
So, like,
Uh.
what aspect of time is closer to weed and pussy?
These are questions that look, I didn't ask these questions. I can't help you on these.
Oh, I was more just posing this to the group for, like, general
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reflection.
If I don't really know
Future.
how to. You guys handle this. I'm gonna go and leave you with Charlie. I've got other things to do. Enjoy the break room. You guys, I think you guys deserve at the very least a long rest. I know some of you are quite tired. Feel free to enjoy that.
I killed the tax man.
Also, I took apart the paper shredder. I hope that wasn't necessary. The one that's in here.
Oh,
I
thank
can't
God.
read, it's fine.
Thought you said my paper shredder. Well, deal with that in your ways. I'm gonna go back to my office. Alistair floats off out of view and then snaps his fingers and disappears.
Alright, as soon as
So-
Alistair disappears, I'm gonna come back to you guys like, guys, I have a plan.
What's the
Oh,
plan?
I have some prophecies.
Okay,
What?
you first, Days. My things might take a second.
I have two. So when we were on the divine contract, Fate had some very important, divine business that they needed help with, and so I was helping them with it, and also learned about
Deception check.
prophecies.
Deception check.
Yeah.
Can I deception check to see if they're lying?
Yes.
34.
33.
Oh shit! Get demoted!
I rolled a 15.
Keep in mind, Brooke, I'm not allowing you to do this retroactively. You can choose to wait.
I was actually just about to ask, can I choose to auto succeed on these? But I don't know.
I would allow it. It uses up one of your uses, but it does not go
Yeah.
towards you buffing your saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yes. Viari, you are confident that Aze isn't lying.
Let's go. Brooke, you okay there?
You might still be suspicious, but you're like, no signs point to
That's-
yes.
Yeah, that's so close. Is this at least one of those I believe Ace believes this things?
I mean,
Oh,
like,
well, I suppose.
I just said I was doing important
Yeah,
shit.
that's
yeah,
true, that's
it's,
true.
It's such
not
a
like,
vague
Yeah.
statement. It's not necessarily something that you'd be like, well, I guess it must have been. Like, You
Yeah.
can still say you had a weird feeling. Like, you're like, I feel like it wasn't that part important. Why is there a salamander over gentleman? Because that's God.
It's a lizard, and that's God.
I don't know why this is confusing for anybody.
If I'm ever away, can this be my face art, please?
Would you like like to be God? Yeah, sure. We'll make you
Yeah.
God.
Can
Okay.
this be my stand-in picture?
Yes.
Okay, so first prophecy is that Zees shall fall. I don't know what that means literally. In practice, they tend to be kind of vague and up for interpretation. Like, you could just fall over at some point, or they could fall from divinity, or they could just sort of like fall from grace a bit. So that's the first one. And the second is that one of us shall suffer the pain.
Oh, I already did that.
No, like a capital P pain.
Was it specified that was a capital P?
Those
Or
were
is
the
that
vibes.
just-
Yeah.
That was the vibes, but
Capital
not the...
T, capital P. And also this prophecy, like usually when prophecies are given, they just kind of apply for now to the future, not if something recently happened. I'm new to the fate things, domains, subdomains, etc. I just thought you might like to know.
Well, thanks for letting us know. That is good.
What is the plan you were talking about?
Plan. All right. I got Zees' INN, which allows me to trace his social security and his bank transfers back to a bank, which is what I'm getting them to audit. What I want to do is, Viari, you can change faces to Garrett. You can change the face to him. What we can do is when he goes to audit, we can come back later as him. So what we can do, one, is we can audit the church as like a front, and then later, if we don't get what we need, we can go in ourselves to the chaos domain and audit that ourselves. That way, they don't have any access. That way, all chaos gods that go through this bank and use transfers through this bank cannot use any of their spells, which they're getting provided from this bank.
Okay, I
Wait.
do want to flag something. The Chaos Gods, very interested in VR. Very interested in having a Simulacrum of VR or anything. I don't know if putting VR, even undisguised, in the Chaos Pantheon is a good plan.
Well, they're going to be able to see through my disguise if they're in the Chaos Pantheon, I'm pretty sure. They'll probably all have True Sight or something.
Well, then we walk in with actual Gary.
What's
Listen,
important
you
to
heard-
note- What's important
No,
to
but
note,
you-
Danny, you are making a lot of assumptions about how this magic system kind of works behind the scenes.
You told me that this is where he's getting his spells from, though.
He's getting his spell. So let me give you some lore that that Godfried probably understands. All right. So
Okay.
The tax thing is more about the facilitation of spells than necessarily like being paid in spells. The Chaos Gods do pay everybody, their gods, like in their spells that they give them, but Chaos Gods have equal right to the spells that they have and how they would like to distribute them. However, as Order exists and as Alistair exists, he's put like a blanket statement where you must pay the correct amount of sorcery points / spell slots / whatever the fuck you're doing in order to get the desired effects. What Zzzz did is he circumvented that through some bullshit loopholes, so that he didn't have to pay them. He just had to have them on hand. And as a result, he was able to get effectively infinite spell slots. Now, in terms of like, if you would like to trace it back and prevent the Chaos Gods from having magic, they have their own pool of magic. So they can.
So they have a Federal Reserve for
effectively that they can pay out however they choose. However, they are still governed by the rules that Alistair has set because
okay,
they are
but
higher.
But according to them, or like according to what you just said, they can distribute the spells however they choose. But that means someone is regulating the production and outgoing spells from the Federal Reserve to the other Chaos Gods.
Maybe not production, but distribution.
No, sorry, yeah, it's regulated though, correct?
There is a distribution service in a sense, yes.
I assume it wouldn't be literally like it would have to be less organized and probably decentralized than Order just by the nature of how chaos works.
You ever heard of Bitcoin?
It's all we're gonna put all of the spells on the blockchain.
No, the Chaos Gods have their spells on the blockchain.
We're going to crash Ethereum.
Let's get those slurp juices.
Oh, Zzzz is definitely into NFTs.
Zzzz created NFTs.
Yeah, I was
as a
like,
joke.
Zees absolutely created NFTs because I'm sure Zees was like, no one would actually be dumb enough to get in on this, and then made ridiculous amounts of money, which then made more of a headache for Ace trying to figure out how to declare all of that on tax and documents.
Wait, what? Who is the taxman? The taxman, the god of taxes, is Alistair. He's the god of taxes and bureaucracy.
And being a DILF.
And also being a DILF, yes.
He's your dad, Viari, so...
You just joked about
did, like,
fucking
half
a man's sister for like at least 5 minutes.
Yeah,
We-
and
Yeah,
then...
but that's funny because we've got a rivalry happening. You're talking about my dad. Besides, Lexi is her own person.
Yes,
Gary
so
is just-
Alistair.
So is Alistair,
Really-
and he's a DILF.
That's really horrible to think about.
It seems like Viari's just anti-DILF. Viari
Yeah.
is anti-DILF, and that's kind
That's
of
a
that's
weird
kind of
stance.
Okay,
very
that's not true.
It's very disappointing, honestly.
When was the last time you
fucked?
fucked a dilf, Viari?
Been a bit preoccupied with Lexi, but it's weird when it's my dad.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
that's
skill
true.
issue.
Yeah, I agree.
Coat, seed,
Seed,
malt.
malt.
No.
So, anyways... Do we need to go kill the Pope or something?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Aren't? Yes. So.
And I assume we only have a short period of time before
So-
Zees figures out how to get out of the tax loophole.
No, he's kind of stuck there.
I would say
No.
that you guys at the very least. This title's the same as last stream's. My bad. I'll have to change it afterwards.
I wasn't here last time, so we're doing it again.
Yeah. They're still talking about taxes, so it's basically the same. But as for what you guys would know is that Zees is a slippery bastard. So there's a good chance that within about a week he may figure out a workaround. Not necessarily that he will, but he may figure out something. Maybe he'll figure out how to declare his spells as a class abilities and therefore be able to use them, you know? Like, you guys have basically shut him down for this week. So I'm going to say that you guys have a safe 7 days where he can't cast spells in the manner that he has. But
All right, guys.
and as a so just to like let you guys know how you guys would know this will like affect him, this means that he can't use his network of simulacrums. They can't cast all they can cast is message to each other. They can no longer cast sending, which has been their main way of communicating across long distances.
Or True Sight, right?
Or True Sight, either, yes. So that means that they cannot tell who's a simulacrum anymore, either. So, and I'm just letting you guys know this because I'm just like, I know it's been a few weeks since this has been in the brain for all of you, so I'm just like recapping like the possible ramifications of this. You also know that there was lots of invisible simulacrums inside of the church that were keeping guard for the Pope. So, with all that being said, that is the ramifications more or less.
Okay.
Currently.
Okay, so that we also know that the Chaos Gods can change the class distribution on a daily basis. So if they change him into a genie warlock, they may actually have access to True Sight again. So we should keep that in mind because.
Well, while we have the time and the opportunity, do you know what I think we should do? I think we should go find as many simulacrums of Zees that we can and replace them with Viari simulacrums.
Absolutely.
Either that,
I
no,
like your idea,
or we
but I
make
think
more
this
of
is
our
the week to
simulacrums of
strike.
Zees.
Yes.
I don't know. This like a week where we like, yes, no spell slots and stuff like that, but like there are so many simulacrums that are still Zees. Yes, they can't communicate, but they still are Zees. Sorry, I need to be Godfrey. They are still Zees. So
That's true.
Right. But
So-
the other thing is we're not going to get this opportunity again, so whatever we're doing, we need our big play to be within the next 7 days.
I agree.
Here's what I think we should do. He can't use spells, which means he doesn't have access to a lot of his resources. This is what we were planning from the beginning. I say we take and sweep the entire market while we can. And then at the same time, we make simulacrums of our simulacrum of Zees, replace the other simulacrums of Zees, so then they have in on the plan, but we control them instead of actual original Zees.
So something to bear in mind as well is that we know that there is a bunch of glyphs of warding underneath the city that is going to blow it to smithereens if we mess up the simulacrums too much. So if we
I thought
anti-magic
it was
them,
dispel magic or
No,
anti-magic.
there's anti-magic fields dispersed in certain areas around the city, but there is a large system of glyphs of warding to just blow up the whole thing if it goes south. So if we do a bunch of stuff to the simulacrums before we take out the main person, they're just going to nuke it.
Right, and then
in
the
order
other-
in order to communicate my intent properly when I said those things, let me just like re-clarify what that meant. If you guys destroy the simulacrums en masse,
Yeah.
So this is probably a trigger then of like kill a certain percentage or remove a certain percentage of simulacrums from play. If you remove 1 or 2, that probably won't happen. If you remove like there is 50,000.
So what's the trigger?
The
Like
trigger
the exact
is
trigger.
I'm like trying to say like what you guys maybe should be thinking about for like the trigger is like it's probably based on a percentage thing. If you guys destroy a certain percentage of the simulacrums at once, then the trigger goes off.
What if instead of sorry, go Brooke, go.
Oh, okay. So the other part of that was that in the church, if we got rid of, if we killed, if we did something to the like main simulacrums, the ones that were like pretending to be members of the church or whatever, then they were going to instantly create an army of 10,000 Zzzz simulacrums, because all of them are the simulacrums that were the last simulacrum made on that day. So they all have their 9th level spell slot and can cast Wish. So they can immediately replenish their army. Those are the ones that we need to focus on taking out first and anti-magicking everyone in the church. But there's probably a contingency based on us targeting the church as well. But we don't know what that is. So if there's a way for us to goad out that god or the Pope or whatever, that thing that was controlling the Pope, would we be able to research that? Would Alistair know what that is?
Sorry, what was that?
If I had to guess, I'm thinking it's the god of pain.
Yeah.
And it would be fairly difficult to get them out of their incredibly secure fortress.
Yeah.
Oh, but you guys wanting to do research on the god of pain? Is that what I was hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Alistair just like blips in and out for a split second, and books appear in his hands, and he plops them down. This is something of a catalog. It's outdated, but the god of pain is a very old one. You say you think you encountered him. You think he's currently interacting with the Pope, I overheard?
Possibly. Could be a different god, but...
Controlling.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, if that is the case, we do have some information on the god of pain, so it might be worthwhile to look in there and see what it is.
I immediately grab it and start reading. Charlie, can you just cross-reference this with me, please?
Wanker, could you also do that?
Mm-hmm. Wanker, Charlie agrees. Oh, one sec. Wanker agrees, and Charlie immediately goes like, yeah. Wanker goes, I'm stuck.
What?
I'm stuck in your chest.
Why?
I changed.
Why?
I realized that I was ugly. I was a bird.
You're beautiful, Wanker.
No. Viari hated me.
You don't care about what Viari thinks.
No, but I decided this was funnier.
Okay, that's a good reason. I'm gonna take my head off and my arms off and flip my ribcage around and shake it.
Out pops a tiny skeleton with a gigantic head. It looks exactly like you. Look, see?
Oh, you're beautiful.
He starts flapping his arms and he starts flying.
Oh, you're beautiful.
This...
Oh, you wonderful little boy.
Yeah, fuck yeah! I'm a bird, caca!
I don't have anything to say to any of this.
Oh, Ace, you
There's an
haven't met.
improvement.
This is Wanker, my familiar.
Sup?
Oh! Sup? Cool.
Do you also have a familiar ace?
Yep.
What is it?
It's well, you know how I have like the steel defender sometimes, the little mechanical articulated ferret?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's based off of a real ferret.
Oh.
Yeah. I just haven't...
Wait, is the mechanical one or the real one the familiar?
Both, yeah.
You got two? Or do you just put armor on one?
I'm just gonna cast Find Familiar, I guess.
And is it a little ferret, or is it does it look mechanical? How does your familiar look like for the audience?
It's a little navy and lavender ferret. It is a real animal ferret. It looks incredibly like fey, like its eyes are like a pearlescent color that don't really have any irises or pupils. And its skin, its like fur is a little bit iridescent, and it just kind of crawls and perches on my shoulder.
It like spirals up your leg and claws on your back, and then it makes its way to your shoulder and just nuzzles very comfortably up there and immediately falls asleep.
Yours is really cute.
I think Wanker's the best, though.
I'm the fucking best! Fuck you, Charlie!
I
don't
just
think
give
your grandfather
Charlie
that way.
a side eye and like telepathically. It's weird when I'm not the not the least mature person.
You know, you'd be a lot more mature sometimes if you learned how to be more quiet. Wanker will learn this lesson one day.
Hey.
Hey, it's okay. Don't take it personally, kid. You're doing fine. Anyway, I need a cross-reference something. What, you want me to look at this book?
Yeah, I just wanted a second set of eyes to read it, but apparently the second set of eyes just wants to insult me.
If I just wanted to insult you, I would do that daily, but I don't.
Wanker's just like, it's crawled in
Just
between
read
your
the
legs
book.
to read it.
I'm just giving Patches little scritches. You'll never guess where I got them from.
I take the pen that Gary threw at me from out behind my ear and fling it at your familiar.
I'm gonna try and catch it. What do I gotta do?
Viari rolled a hit.
I'm not trying to kill it. I'm not trying to kill it.
All right, you
Patches
can
did
not
nothing wrong.
you can declare non-lethal.
Yeah, not lethal. This is just to like flick it. Like if someone just like flicked a pen at you. Now
It's-
this is plus strength, and I know the new
Profici-
D&D 1 or 1 D&D rules have strength plus proficiency. Is it just strength at the moment for
I'll
improvised
say
weapon?
it's kind of like a dart, so I'll give you proficiency. It's a martial-ish weapon, I'd say.
Okay. So that is going to. It's not good. It's not good, but it's a familiar. So that's going to be a total. Oh wait. No, my strength modifier is -1. It's going to be a total of 8.
I don't know what stat block to use for ferret, so
I'm
I just
using the
clicked
weasel.
on.
I'm using the
Oh,
weasel.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
You miss.
Patches didn't do anything to you.
Viari, that
I
was
should have
really
thrown it at
mean.
you.
That would have been more appropriate, Viari.
Sorry, I didn't think that one through.
Patches lifts up a tiny middle finger.
I like how we've done nothing this entire session. Like, we've literally done nothing.
We've had a great session. What are
I
you
got
I know.
us 2 whole prophecies that told us to do the fucking plot.
We should probably plan.
Okay. So, do you guys, are you guys gonna plan now? I would try and figure out your plan of attack to take on the Pope, or are you guys going to go back, maybe continue to, I'd say in terms of the progress on your whole like simulacrum economy plan, you guys have started to acquire a lot of funds. You guys are like that plan's moving along very smoothly. I'd say you're at the point more or less where you can start purchasing arcane focuses as well as spell components.
Can you give us a ballpark estimate on our profits then?
In terms of your profits, okay, good God, you guys have like purchased like. You had 15,000 simulacrums. They mined about 5,000. They got about 5,000 GP every single day.
Let me check because I wrote this down.
Yeah, you did. How could you get that number that I spat out a while ago?
Yes, I can. I also wrote this down in like a. Let me go to like my I have my whole tax document.
Yeah. Go grab that.
Here. Sorry, no. For each quadrant, it was 2,500. 25. Sorry, 25,000.
For each
2,530 zeros.
Okay, so that was per day or total?
That was per day.
Nice. Okay.
And then every day they're also producing around 100,000 tons of rubble. And then there's 4 quadrants. There's north, south, east, and west.
Okay. So the rubble is providing, I'm just going to assume that for now it is negligible. We will add that on at the end as like a flat bonus. How does that sound?
Sure. We can sell, again, we sell that en masse. That, like that's what we're selling, like, you know, if you want to find your own rocks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's 1,000 GP per day, more or less. In terms of like profits, money that you needed to put in, you have no expenses. Because the simulacrums just are immortal workhorses of espionage and capitalism. You made 1,000 per day. This plan has been going for about like 4-5 days at this point. You guys are currently brokering like the sales, and the sales are going through with like other places. Word is getting out pretty fast because there's a lot of magic and sending going on. People are like, yes, we need that, we need that, we need that, we need that. It's been going for about 4 days. You guys are at like 4,000 GP at this point. An arcane focus requires 25 GP to purchase. A spell pouch. There's a set price as well.
Okay.
Could we be also getting, like, you know, making additional simulacrums each day, and like the last
I think that was the plan.
one,
Like,
yeah, the
right?
last one will have its 9th level spell slot?
How many simulacrums do we have in reserve again as well? Just like in case.
You guys left. I think you guys left 5,000 in reserve?
We definitely need more than that. Okay. So S for spell pouch. R. Component pouch. No, it's C. Yeah, so it's also 25 GP. So I spell arcane focus. So each of these items costs like about like 25 gold. Now keep in mind, there's probably not going to be that many in a given city. There's currently, at the very least, the Zzzs have about enough for like 5,000. They had enough for 50,000. So whether they brought those in, created them, or fabricated them, they do have them. The spell fabricate requires the materials in order to make it. In
no, I didn't necessarily say like fabricate as in like. The spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we should start having VR simulacrums steal the Z's spell component?
We don't want
pouches?
VR again. We don't want a VR simulacrum for Z's.
We've already so the thing is, throughout the city, there's already like a bajillion of my simulacrums.
There's 100.
Sorry?
There's 100 scouts active at any given time. They go on a set patrol that swaps out for 100 each an individual day. You have 100 scouts.
Well, we can add additional simulacrums from our reserves to bolster their numbers if we need to.
Just to remind you guys of your logic for the original reasons for why you guys made the amount that you did. You guys didn't want to put too many people into the city like too rapidly. There was this caution of if there are too many people that start showing up out of nowhere, it will raise suspicion with the locals who actually live there. So I just want to make sure that.
Well, that's why we have the 10,000 simulacrums coming in on the pilgrimage.
So we can basically what I was saying is we can send in simulacrums and try to start messing with like their spell component pouches by stealing them or something. In terms of them not getting their hands on Viari, to be fair, Viari can just jump into the like the genie trinket, and it can't be counterspelled, and then plane shift out if necessary.
However, if like say for instance there was a Z's with wish nearby, or perhaps in the church, or like if there's someone or one of them watched this happen, they could still, all they would need to do would be the single action, which is like the casting of wish and then simulacrum, and then they have a Viari. jumping into your...
They have to touch the VR simulacrums to do that, though.
And you can't... Can you jump into the bottle as a reaction?
I don't think so. I genuinely don't know. I don't think so, though.
I don't think so. I think it's a bonus action at the very least. It has to occur on your turn. So if, like, say for instance, they got the initiative, they had the jump on you, they could do that. That's not a complete defense.
It doesn't say. So what it says is you can magically vanish and enter your vessel, which remains in the space you left. You can remain inside the vessel for up to 12 hours. You exit the vessel early if you use a bonus action to leave, if you die, or if the vessel is destroyed. There's no, like, time requirement for jumping in, but it's a bonus action to leave.
If you jumped in and they just waited 12 hours, they could just, you pop out.
But I can plane shift out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But if they snuck up on you before you knew they were there and touched you, they would have one.
I mean, yeah, but, like, we've already got a million simulacrums of me running around. Like, yeah, that's always been the risk.
As an action, you can magically vanish and enter your vessel, which remains in the space you left.
Oh, that's not how it's worded on D&D Beyond. That's weird.
Yeah.
I believe you. I'm just saying. I just read it verbatim.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, I was like, that's weird. They usually have an action, but they have something tied to it, so it is an action. So,
you know why? Because it's under the actions tab. I didn't realize that.
I see.
That would make sense. So probably cut that text because it's
super
redundant.
But yes, that is a potential option. Is like stealing the arcane focuses, but the risk is them getting a hands on a VRE.
Alistair, what do I know about you that they want?
Well, they could use you as leverage, for one.
Well...
And you know far too much about the inner workings of the Pantheon as is.
Well, we all do, right?
No.
The leverage thing... You can just let me die. Like, if it's the world or me.
I can die, though. I've done it once already.
Yeah, I'm not dying.
That's fine. I'll do it for you.
Oh, Godfrey, please don't.
I've died already. What's the problem? I'll just come back again. Obviously, I'm not meant to die, so...
Al... If it's the... entire universe or me.
Or how about this, Viari? We don't get into situations that willingly endanger ourselves and endanger the entire universe because you have a vendetta against Zees. How does that sound?
I'm not trying to do that. We're trying to come up with a plan to do the job that you asked us to do.
Well, there is a risk assessment here that risks your entire life and it risks a lot of different things. Don't you... This is the point here. It's risky for maybe not as much as you might want to gain from it. If you gained more, then if you could convince me that you would gain more from this plan than you would risk by attempting it, go for it. But I'm currently saying that it might not be worth the risk. Or at the very least, you should have someone else get simulacrums of themselves to attempt the theft. But as it stands, VREs are too dangerous in order for them to attempt the theft, despite their many good quality talents of espionage and theft.
I mean,
I'm very charismatic.
I'm actually very charismatic now, too.
Really?
Yes.
In order for a simulacrum army to be created, there needs to be 2 individuals with with a 9th level, with the ability to cast the 9th level spell Wish. So that would have to be, sadly, Godfried, you are not a candidate to attempt the theft.
Everyone has a simulacrum, and I'm just here.
I know.
Do I not get to be special?
Do you want me to make a simulacrum of you, Godfried?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're not going to sleep yet.
We can do this with Fader as well. We need someone with good stealth, or at least the ability to give themselves proficiency with these things.
Oh shit, do I not? Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't think I have it.
You should have. Are you using your eloquence bard sheet?
Where? Hold on. Jesus fuck.
Should be one of
What?
your magical secrets, your 9th level one. If not, you can change that because I know you intended to do that.
Yeah, there's so many fucking spells. Where the fuck? Okay, I have to figure out how to change it, but yeah. I'll make a simulacrum of Godfried.
Hey, Godfried, you want to know the best part about making a simulacrum? Extra copies of your familiars. You're going to get a second wanker.
Alright. So, A's, you cast Simulacrum on Godfried. And Godfried, from below your feet, this pile of bones emerges and then reassembles like the skeleton Koopas from fucking Mario. And like a comical xylophone sound plays as it reassembles without any equipment. It's just a naked skeleton.
It starts dancing.
Starts doing a mad jig. Hello, Godfried.
What's up, Godfrey?
You're looking sexy, brother.
So are you, my boy. Can we Voltron ourselves into one super skeleton?
We can try.
General Grievous it up in this bitch.
You guys smash into each other, and you're now just the naked one just like falls over. Just because
yeah, you're really weak.
I have no armor. I am naked.
You also don't have the gauntlets of ogre power, so you're like pathetic. It's okay, I understand. I was once there, but then I got cool gloves. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Godfried, we don't talk down to ourselves.
No, you speak for yourself.
I don't do that.
I do.
Godfried 2, you're great and we love you just as much as Godfried 1.
But you're the god of lies. You don't mean that.
Aha!
That's not true.
Oh,
It's
I do
okay,
mean
Godfrey.
is it Godfrey? Is it Viari? Is it? What about this? Huh? It's doing another mad jig. What do you think of that?
I think I'm gonna go hang around A's.
Yeah, you, Godfrey, I'm gonna keep you in reserve. Here, do you know what'd be hilarious?
What?
Is if we created a bunch of Godfrieds and just, since they're skeletons, buried them in the sand around the city.
Just cuz.
You can only make one Godfried a day, but that would be funny.
And just have secret skeletons.
The skeleton
It's like Secret
war
Santa.
again.
Skeleton War Part 2.
So the plan, right? Basically, we want to find a way to take out who we think is the god of pain.
Yes.
What information does it say inside the book that Charlie and I have been flipping through?
Make an investigation, arcana, or history check, please, Viari.
I'm gonna go investigation.
Can I also look through it?
You can also look through it, yes.
Can I have inspiration?
No.
Oh, I meant from Amelia.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't asking you.
Offie, can I go grab some water and stuff?
Yeah, go for it, homie.
Thank you.
We'll probably take a break
for
here soon anyway.
inspiration. I'm actually just gonna put sit patches on your lap.
What D is it? D12?
12, yeah. You have a little patches who's falling asleep on your lap as you're holding the book.
Mm-hmm.
36.
Nice. All right. So
I only got a 27.
So you learn a few things. For one, the god of pain takes on many forms. Anguish is another possible form. And what's the word? And violence. Pain, anguish, and violence. When it is in its violence form, it typically is represented as twin snakes or twin serpentine entities that will link and interact as one.
Snins.
And if you guys remember your encounter in the church, there were those two puppet-like hands that emerged. You learned as well that, for one thing, some game stats. You learn that how at least one of the snakes works is the following with its breath weapon. Breathes out a 300-foot cone, dealing an unspecified amount of damage.
So a fuck ton.
If you fail the save, people have reported losing control of their spells and immediately casting Fireball, centered on self.
That's funny.
Snake spells make you lose control. Snake
Snake
spells make you lose control.
What's up? But you learn that information, at least for one of the snakes. The other information regarding the other snake, it just says inconclusive. Most of the information has been secondhand or stories, usually taking on more metaphorical meaning, being like, oh, you will experience unimaginable blah, 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 blah. So it's nothing of that importance.
What else is new?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
We need to, It's gonna have a mythic, for sure. So we're gonna need to figure out how to get it past that quickly. And we want to time this so that whoever's going up front in initiative deals as much damage as physically possible. And then as we start getting further down in initiative, we want to be hitting it with lots of shots rather than single big shots. Because if we hit it with lots of shots, then damage will carry over into the mythic, because whichever shot reduces it to 0, well, the other shots still continue to hit.
Right. I'm not currently equipped to deal a lot of damage. I'm mostly trying to control the space.
I'm equipped to deal a lot of damage.
I can deal damage. I'm not dealing insane amounts of damage compared to like Godfrey, but I can do damage. What do you have spells wise that's gonna help us? Because you've got your proficiency, you've got the inspiration dice.
Yeah, I've got inspiration dice. I have portent rules. I also have well, for myself, I'm lucky, and I'll be casting foresight to make it so I can concentrate on spells. I can do anti-magic. I can do wall of force. I can hold monster. We can use up legendary actions. Typical counter spell, absorb element.
Oh, okay. Wall of force could be really helpful because it's not.
Wait, we're still in the Pantheon, right?
You guys are still in the Pantheon. You're all in the break room.
So one thing that we could do, I don't know how long this would last. They'd probably just dispel it, but we could have you cast Globe of Invulnerability at 9th level so that spells of 8th level and lower can't pass through. That includes if any of those are upcast to 9th level. And then we can go slant. So I can have my Simulacrum and myself post our echoes at the front, and then us stand within the Globe of Invulnerability, get the benefit of Godfrey's saves, bonuses to saves, and then if they want to move past us, they either need to deal with the echoes or I'm going to get the reaction. I'm going to be able to push them back out of range. Does that make sense?
I agree with what you're saying, but I feel like I shouldn't be in the Globe of Invulnerability.
Why?
Because as much as you guys are getting from saves, if you guys are within if you guys are invulnerable, you guys are fine. I should be out there hitting stuff because that's what I'm good at.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, since we're in the Pantheon, could we go to like the reserves for like equipment and like grab like spell components for all of our simulacrums?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of doing that on the way out. Yeah.
Can I also grab like magic items from my simulacrum?
Yes, you can, but you can't necessarily grab the exact same ones necessarily.
That's fine.
Can I do the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the magic item distribution for our simulacrums?
Same as for a regular.
Oh, okay, I've got it. I've got that.
We just can't have the same exact items.
You can't have the exact. You just can't have the same items because you guys have those items currently, right?
Oh, so there's only one of like every magic item.
Yeah. Well, not
Yeah,
one.
The more magic one, like the legendary ones.
Well, like only one can be issued to a given person at a time, and you guys and your simulacrums technically count as you.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'll look at them over break so I can actually.
Yeah.
My simulacrum is going to have a higher spell save DC than me.
Amazing.
And you know, with you guys getting your plans and like getting all of your planning and stuff organized, we are going to go on to break. So thank you all so much for watching the first half of Paperwork Pantheon, episode 12. This is the level 20 campaign. What a good time. We learned about God today. See you all in 15 minutes at 9:40 my time. We'll be right back. everybody, welcome back to PP. Danny, why do you look like this? What happened to you? My dear sweet boy, my sweet prince. Who hurt you? Who took you? Who took you behind the shed, sweet prince? Don't go into that night. Think of the butterflies, old Yeller. Think of the butterflies. Take the shot.
Yes.
Take the shot.
Skill issue. Skill issue.
Skill issue. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to PP Game. When we last left off, the party was making plans and was about to go back to the material plane. They were just decking out their simulacrums with appropriate magic items.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
We have a question, Viari.
Oh, no, I was just going to talk strategy because we were just talking about the fight. You know, hypothetically, if there was a conversation that was had that maybe, like, if there was a theoretical audience that couldn't hear covering details.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you were going to make a simulacrum to double the number of portents and inspiration dice that we can use in the fight.
Yeah.
And focus on buffs.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Fader was going to force fail saves from them, and we were going to cast Gift of Alacrity on me so that I wasn't last in initiative, or so that I had a better chance of not being last in initiative, and therefore we might have a better battle strategy when push comes to shove. Hypothetically, you know, I'm throwing all of this out for the very first time, and we haven't discussed this at any point in time, let alone 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we haven't.
It's quite crazy, really.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, you guys more or less have your strategy. You guys are gonna go back planet side, and you're gonna go and keep continuing on. What are you guys planning on doing when you make it to the planet side? Any upkeep stuff that you like to do? Would you like to check in on your rock plan? Would you guys like to start facilitating the purchasing and acquiring of arcane focuses and spell components?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I will say as well that this isn't a usual mechanic, but I'm going to include this for the sake of this plan. We're given enough time, the Zs will just misplace, break, or run out of spell components because they're not re-upping them constantly. Because they've not been given orders to do so. So there's a chance you guys can, with enough time, it might take a few days, it might take a week. But like you can also potentially watch them and see how they're using their spell components, how like laissez-faire there are with them, and then keep track of that to potentially choke them out as an option.
If we're going for this Globe of Invulnerability Plan A's, we could be making more simulacrums of you and or Fader and have backup Globe of Invulnerabilities.
Remember
right? Like if they dispel magic.
Remember my little rule. You can only have as many simulacrums present in a combat as you can cast with wish. You cannot have.
Yeah, but we could have. We could have two of them capable of casting. So, like, because there's three of us now that can cast the simulacrum.
You can have three simulacrums then.
So we can have three simulacrums. Could we pick the last simulacrum of, like, the day before to come with us into combat that still has its 9th level spell slot so that we can Globe of Invulnerability at 9th level?
No.
But it would be so good if we could.
No. This is to prevent fights from being feels bad, guys. I instant armied first. Fuck you.
I suppose. Okay. To be fair, all right. In that case, we're not going to. Okay, so we need to pick who is going to have.
I will make a special caveat for Godfrey because he himself cannot cast Simulacrum. He's a free one. But as for the spellcasters with access to Wish, you guys can each only have one.
Okay, so then we need to choose who would cast the Globe of Invulnerability, like who is most effective with a Simulacrum versus who is most effective putting up that Globe of Invulnerability So that's something we should probably consider at some point.
Either way, you guys gonna go planet side? What's the plan once you get there?
Start the buyout.
Yeah.
Any espionage plans? Any random sneaky things? You want to do the ring thing again? You want to do that again? Want to slip a ring?
I
onto
think
Zees?
we should send in simulacrums to see what's going on with the Z's simulacrums, because again, they can't disguise self anymore. You know.
Yeah, I think I'll go to the church trying to find Zees just to see what it looks like the simulacrums are doing now that there are no more sorcery points and stuff for them. And
All right.
spells, things.
All right. So you guys are gonna go to the place and do a little bit of reconnaissance.
Yeah. Do we take a long rest?
I'll say you guys took your long rest. Yes.
Okay, let's see these rolls, baby. Are we in-game doing this fight today? I'm asking players what they think.
I spilled Coca-Cola. One sec.
Not today, probably towards the end of the week so that we have prep time. Unless, if we just figure out what we want to do this week.
That's cool, because I don't like these important rolls.
That's fair.
What the hell? I just rolled them again, and I just got one higher on each one. Fascinating.
I'm wondering, who do you think would be the best person to cast? Because the thing is, okay, it could also be me. I can cast Globe of Invulnerability at 9th level using my wish as well, instead of dealing damage. But then we would have... Then we'd have a lot of control and not a lot of damage, which could
I
be
think we need more damage.
the worry. Yeah, because at the moment, even though Viari can do control and Viari's not maxed out on either of those two things, but is leaning damage. So probably we want to make that decision. I feel like not Viari then. Either you or Pat. Pat can make people Fader can make people autos fail, but then you have your portents and your inspiration. And if we're focusing on buffs, I think we need to decide whether we're focusing on buffs or debuffs. Because if we're focusing on buffs, then you should have your Simulacrum and Pat should cast Globe of Invulnerability. If we're focusing on debuffs, then the other way.
Yeah.
Because Pat can make things auto fail and he can use his Simulacrum to do that and just take levels of exhaustion. I think buffs.
Yeah, I think buffs. I think part of it. Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
They're easy. They're easier to control.
Yeah. And
Because
it's just going to help with us. Yeah, I agree. And also, in terms of like the debuff side of things, what we're really looking for is ways to make our damage hit harder, because this is going to be such a high level fight. It's probably just going to, like, any other conditions aren't going to cause too many problems for it necessarily. I know Pat has that thing where it can make a save and then it becomes incapacitated, which would mean that it would lose concentration on stuff, which we need to keep in mind if there's any like active field effects up. And then we probably want to be doing things like our hold monsters and stuff like that that's going to give us crits and up our damage. Anything that was control based that's going to up our damage. I don't know if there are any other spells that are going to help us in a fight like this that are going to be as useful. You've got like Synaptic Static and Sickening Radiance. It's probably immune to exhaustion. So Godfred was going to stand 60 feet away from us to be within counterspell range of if it tried to dispel magic, the Globe of Invulnerability too. That's sort of the setup we want. It could potentially just like teleport the other direction, like past us, so that it messes up our placement, but that'll come up when it comes up. Okay.
So
Banishment is a last-ditch effort option, or like...
you guys are probably not fighting this today. Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Godfrey, how's your friend doing?
Which one? I have plenty of friends.
You do. You have two that I'm aware of at the moment. The old guy with who likes rocks, and the bookshop guy. I was thinking of the old guy when I asked.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Roberto.
No. Does what's his name? The Lord guy?
The one who's Zees' dad?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Ugh. What's that all about anyway? Zees
What's
is old
his
enough to
name?
be his great grandfather.
Yeah, he just-
Father.
Yeah, he just kind of like goes. Why did you replace the grand with them?
I just realized that grand them.
That's not even how it works. The gender's for him. He's still a grandfather.
No, it's for Zees, right?
No, that the gender is for the person who it is. If my
and it's
grandson,
Zees. And Zees is...
no, that's not how that works. If I
A
have a
grandfather.
grandchild, yeah, he's not a them father, a grand them, because he's a man. Even if Zees isn't a man.
What?
I-
Zees is the grand them.
Oh, got it. Okay, I got confused.
This
I
is
thought,
how
yeah.
family lineage works. I'm really glad we
Yeah.
figured this out.
Anyway, Zees just kind of does that sometimes. Just goes in a place, sets down roots, lives a whole, like, alternative life where he
Oh.
does seemingly normal shit, and then it gets real weird at some point. So,
He probably wants to speak to someone about that. It sounds like an unhealthy habit.
Offie, what's
but-
the dude's name again?
Adamus.
Adamus?
oh yeah,
What about him?
Adamus?
Like-
Do we
like-
need to do anything with him this week?
I don't think so. We don't have any business meetings coming up. We're doing the distributing through his, We're making money. We have
Yeah.
400,000 gold pieces. The Viaris have been selling them and bringing them back here. We have money.
Yeah.
And this is how we're doing the buyout. This is how we sell everything.
Well, then, what else do we need to do this week? I, for one, am going to start working on some of these god stories for the sun god, because after we take out like the fake pope, we need to start spreading some of those, and I want to work on some propaganda.
Yeah, that's not concerning. I'm just gonna scope out the church and the city, see how things are changing.
Bless up. Alrighty then. You guys have your plans, more or less, that you were going to take on planet side. Alistair, as you guys are equipping everything to your simulacrums and making them look nice, Alistair quickly signs a paper. A door opens before you, and it seems to, where exactly would you guys like to put yourselves? I can put you in anywhere. Would you like to be in the city? Would you guys like to be on the outskirts? Where exactly would you like?
I think at a base outside the city. I don't really want bees running around.
That sounds fair. Quick little scribble, and the door just appears. The right place. No flash, no nothing. Just a simple change of the scenery. All right, walk on through. Have a safe trip. This mission is nearing its close. Good luck, everybody.
Deb.
And you guys make your way through. So, you guys are planet side.
Yeah. Oh, also when I make the simulacrum, the bee simulacrum for A's, I explicitly do not have a duplicate of patches. There's only one patches at a time, ever.
Okay. Sounds good. You do not summon a second familiar with the simulacrum.
Nah, they'll be
Alright.
fine.
All right, where do you guys go?
Well, I was going to head into the city. Anyone want to join me?
I'm going to start working on the distribution and the collection of the spell components. I'm going to have some of the simulacrums go look at the Z simulacrums to make sure that they're all operating correctly, and making sure the Z simulacrums aren't, using or being able to get spell components. I'm going to stay here at home base and make sure all that's getting organized.
All right.
I'm
You
gonna-
have bees at your disposal if you need
Thank you.
them.
Bees, come with me, friend. And Godfrey 2 Electric Boogaloo, you too.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a bit more of a concerted effort scouting out information on the church.
Alrighty. And so with that, you guys go on your separate sort of mini quests. We'll start with A's. A's, you're making your way to the church. You wanted to speak to Z's exactly, or what? Sorry, I kind of missed. All the information blurring together.
If we're doing like a few days, like
Yeah.
a couple days kind of thing, I want to see how the simulacrum, or if the simulacrum are in the city are behaving differently. And then also specifically get an idea for how operations within the confines of the church have changed. I also want to talk to Zees to see what their thoughts are about the new changes that have been implemented on their behalf. And also try and see if they've gleaned any more information about Pain, or see if there's what I can figure out here.
Okay.
Based on what's been happening about long-term plans.
Okay. So as you make your way into the city, as you approach the front gate, Z's is already there. A's. Hi, sweetie.
Zees?
What have you done to my taxes?
I did nothing to your taxes.
Oh, really? You did nothing?
I did nothing.
Right.
I looked into it. I want to go on the record saying that I told you numerous times eventually your tax evasion would come back to bite you in the ass.
He pulls out a little letter from his pocket. Dear Z's, hi there. Alistair, old friend. Remember me? I hope you enjoy this notice of assessment. We've noticed that you owe 20,000 years of sorcery points.
That's impressive.
I know, I should be proud of myself, honestly.
Like a little bit.
I think I am proud of myself.
Yeah.
You will be paying these back one day at a time. You cannot speed up this process. I hope you enjoy. Alistair. That appeared in my pocket approximately 8 hours ago. What have your friends made it into the contract? They got past the tax collector?
Yeah.
I snuck past him. They killed him?
So I was told. I sort of had to dip right beforehand. Important fate business.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, color me surprised. This is gonna complicate this whole operation, isn't it? I have no means of communicating with my simulacrums. I wonder what they'll do.
I was also curious about this.
Oh, I told them to do what they wanted.
Yep. Zees, what is it you want?
I don't know,
In
just
general.
have fun, chat, talk to people who are nice to me, and keep things interesting. You keep things interesting. I mean, your friends do too, but I don't like them as much as I like you, so.
I would hope not.
Of course not.
So, have they started yet? Do they know? How long do you think it'll take them to notice?
Well, they're all fully stocked on sorcery points.
For today.
And they each have about 20. Sending's a 3rd level spell. It takes 5 of those to cast it. You got 4 casts. My generals usually get back to each other about twice a day. You have 2 days until they start doing what they want. Oh, and what do they want to do? I know what I want to do. I want to watch. I'm going to sit up there with Adamus, and I'm going to go and watch it happen.
What are you going to explain to Adamus as the city falls into chaos?
I'm going to say that that's what happens when you join religion. Adamus is agnostic.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay, well. What about the ones in the church?
Oh, them. Interesting. Well, they don't cast spells, so they will probably figure it out once the rest of them start going apeshit. I think once that happens, though, they're going to go into DEFCON 4, as it were, and bunker down somewhere.
Okay. So, we have a bunch of Simulacrum running about the city, doing whatever the fuck they want. But with no access to magic? To spells, at least?
Well, they won't have access to their sorcery points. They'll still have their spells that they can use sparingly. I told them to only cast with their sorcery points. So they will have a full caster's worth of shenanigans. Some of them will probably just see how fast they can spend them to cause as much of a mess as possible. Some of them might try to do some scheming. They may even band together and make some sort of Simulacrum army to come in and maybe... Oh, wouldn't it be funny if a bunch of them made Simulacrum armies and then they had a big kerfuffle on the outskirts? Oh, that would be something.
You know, I have ideas of what I would do if I were you, but I'm not going to tell them to you, so I'm just going to see if you can figure it out.
Well, frankly...
It'd be good, though.
Usually this is where I would... Well, you know, you could tell it to me. Come on.
I'm not going to tell you.
A's. Don't you want this to be interesting? Come on, this is our first time as gods together. Let's make it interesting.
I am already on such thin ice with my friends.
I understand.
See if you can figure it out, though.
Make a wisdom save.
Oh, shit. Don't worry, I got a +0. Oh, which dice do I use? Oh, I'm going to use the fuck yeah dice. 4.
He casts Detect Thoughts. Tell me your plan.
I'm just saying, if I wanted to cause a bunch of chaos for a bunch of good aligned gods, and I knew that I could make an infinite number of simulacrums, and I also knew exactly what percentage of them would be required to nuke the city, I would simply just make a fuck ton of simulacrums and then nuke down to whatever number I wanted and activate the thing to make problems for the people who give a shit about saving people.
That's a good option. Zzzz waves his finger and goes, not a bad plan. I imagine some of them might try that.
Yeah, well, okay. So we have 2 days until... So 2 days simultaneously until you're out of resources, and also just
until they realize they have no sorcery points left, at which point they have been given orders to do as they want. Some of them may do nothing. Some of them may, like me, just want to sit back and watch.
What if they all did that?
That's a possibility. But if even 10% decide to do something, that's about 1,000 people.
Yeah, 1,000 full casters.
Yeah. 5,000 actually. There's 50,000 of me.
Oh, right. Okay, well, I guess that does change some things. Not everything, but
But oof, that's a strict time limit.
yeah.
Keep in mind, I have been given orders as well. If,
Yeah, and what would those be?
if the Pope fails, evacuate everything immediately.
Wait, what do you mean by everything?
Everything.
Like just clear out the city of the people?
Evacuate. So, probably means get me out of it. They were a little bit vague. I'm just gonna go grab my simulacrums and run. I'm gonna let the fallout that whatever happens land on you.
That's assuming you get to. How does your renouncing the prime thing work anyway?
I'll tell you it, but what do I get?
What are you interested in?
Dun, 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 doo, 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 doo.
It's a hell of a feeling.
Well, you know where to find me. I'll tell you then. And he starts walking towards his room in the church.
Just gonna quickly. Oh fuck! I don't know what I'm doing. Oops. Not on this one.
Do you have a Mizium apparatus?
Yes, I assume so. I don't have it in my character sheet because I don't have access to that source book.
You're using the bard build, right, with 17?
Yeah.
That typically doesn't have a Mizium apparatus.
Oh. So let's see.
Yeah, because museum apparatuses don't work for bards.
Oh right, they're only sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards.
Oh yeah.
That'll probably change with the new 1D&D thing.
Oh yeah, probably. It's just gonna be like arcanes or.
Oh, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't, because it'll just limit which classes have access to it.
There's like
Oh,
a fuck ton of simulacrum here of like our simulacrum just everywhere. Yeah.
Probably there's enough.
Okay, I'm just gonna have one of them send a message to
Hello, I'm Viari.
Hi, I need you to send a message to Godfried and then Viari. Just let them know that as soon as the Zees simulacra run out, realize they no longer have sorcery points, they're just gonna go apeshit on the city. So,
okay,
we should adjust for that.
Sounds good. The Viari takes off running and then uses their bonus action to start flying, and starts making their way towards Godfried.
Yeah, I'm gonna go follow after Zees.
All right, you go after Zees. We'll get back to the information that you learn later. Godfried, what you doing?
It's me. Again, I'm just organized. I'm like, all right, we're buying up all spell components, all spell books that we can to ensure that nothing is available to them in any capacity. So when they do get their resources back, it'll be useless.
All right. The Viaris give you a salute. So, buying up all the resources, you're gonna buy them up from the city.
And any surrounding vendors or dealers.
All right. So you send a dispatch of your 5,000 that were in charge of the mining operation. Or are you gonna send some of your reserve troops who are in the shanty town? Cause some are gonna have to go like away, right? Some are gonna have to go away to.
Yeah, I'll send like 300 in reserve, and I'll send some from the shanty town just so we still have we still have over 4,000 on hand.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys go start fanning that out, and they start immediately going to the city and start buying stuff from the city. All is different people, all is different stuff. And one thing you note for now is that the city seems to be fairly normal. Things don't seem to be going too badly. Anything else you'd like to do, Godfried?
I'm gonna go call up my lieutenant VREs, which is gonna be 1335, I believe, and then there's another one. I don't remember their number. I have it written down. Let me go find that real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Either way, hello, Godfried.
Hello there, Viari. Listen, we don't know what Zzzz is gonna do next. Is there any way we can increase patrols across the city to ensure that we can keep our eyes on everything?
Well, the Scout VRs are currently handling the patrolling, so I do think that, why do I always go British for your accent, Brooke? I'm really
I don't
trying.
know.
I was just thinking, wow, you are nailing this. That's exactly what Brooke sounds like to me.
So, I think that we can maybe really try if we can possibly get a bit more. We need a bit more scouts in order to get a bit more of a lockdown, because we are only currently managing the inside of the city. There's not really anyone managing the outside. So.
All right. We'll send another 300 from reserve.
Okay. At this point in time, one of the VRs from the city lands down. Gottfried.
Viari, what's your designation?
I am Simulacrum number 442.
Speak.
So, I'm one of the scouts. Ace has a message for you. Ace would like to let you know that, she's had a chat with Zees and is going to have another one to learn more. But, she has learned that, that the Simulacrums are probably going to figure this out in 2 days. And when they do, they're going to go ape shit. As in, do what they want.
All right. Okay. All right. See, if I had hair, it would be graying right now.
Oh no, are you old?
I'm dead, Viari.
That's absolutely something I would say.
You're not funny like the real one. All right.
Okay.
All right. Set up a VRE 1335. I need you to set up a perimeter around the city. Shit. So the glyphs of warding are located underneath the city, correct? How many feet deep?
500 feet deep.
Get a detachment of VRs to start using Molder from our dig site over here to get underneath the city. We need to find those glyphs of warding.
Wait, we have our... Wait.
Sir, yes, sir.
Would it be reasonable for me to suggest that a simulacrum of me would have the same thought as I would have?
Which is?
Which is, we have the Zzzz simulacrum, maybe he knows.
Knows what?
Oh yeah,
Maybe they know.
we're keeping the Z simulacrum locked up in our emergency bunker.
Yeah,
With
but
the
maybe they
close-
know where the glyphs are. We can make an additional simulacrum from...
I mean, you guys already know
Them.
they're 500 feet deep under the city.
But how to access them, I mean. To get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair. You could potentially talk to the Z's that you have captive if you want to maybe...
You're right. Come with me. We're going to the ward bunker.
Alright, you make your way to the bunker. You go past the man who runs like the inn. You guys go downstairs, and there's a Z. Still
I'm talking about the hole in the ground that I covered up with the books with glyphs of warding in them.
Oh right, that's where you put the Z's. I thought you put them in like the inn.
I thought that's where we put them.
No, that's fair.
In the literal nuclear bunker, not in the sense that it protects you from nuclear stuff, but the nukes are inside of it.
Okay, you guys uncover the nuclear bunker, and there's your Z sitting on a chair tied up. Hi.
Go grab him.
A couple of Z's bring him up, sit him down in front of you.
All right.
Mhm.
Z's.
Yeah, what's up?
Z's. I'm gonna call you Z's is weird. I don't like that because like
Did you like Y's, X's,
no, your
XO.
name still starts with the
X's
Z's.
what?
XOXO.
Don't swing that way. Thank you very much. Maybe I do, but not for you.
I swing always. I'm everything.
Good for you. Listen, I'm gonna call you Zootopia. Zootopia, listen. I need you to direct us towards where the glyphs of warding are underneath the city.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Send a detachment of VRs. Ooh, do I send Godfrey 2 Electric Boogaloo with them?
You can send me, Sergeant.
I'm General. You're Sergeant.
What?
What?
Bullshit.
I believe it. You go with them to protect them, all right?
All right. I will protect them with your honor. Come, wanker.
Wanker 2 electric boogaloo.
Fuck you! And he flies away off.
Now, important thing to note about this little underground glyph situation that I got going on. They're in a catacombs. Well, you enter them through a catacombs. That's over
All
there.
right.
About a couple miles
All right, could
that
we
way.
dig to it with mold earth?
You could, but it's a little bit tricky. You dig straight down, you'll probably find it, but I don't know where you're going to end up in the catacombs.
Could we use
There's also
detect
a-
magic to find the glyphs?
There's also another trick you can do where you just use Dimension Door and teleport 500 feet straight down.
I'll cast Dimension Door. I'm like, everyone through.
Oh, only you can only bring 2 people at a time. Who do you bring? You can only bring yourself and someone else.
Oh,
Well, if
am
you
I
take a bunch
going?
of VRs, they can also.
That's just
cast
how
Dimension
Dimension Door works.
Or you would like
No,
to
it,
send,
like-
or would you like to send VREs down?
Oh, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go without the group.
Okay, all you gotta do is you gotta send one person down
Here,
there with the tree,
I have an idea.
right?
Do
And
the
then you send
VREs?
a druid.
I'm gonna get one of the VREs to put them a bunch of other VREs into their genie thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So a whole detachment. How many is that? Like 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10. So 10 of them into their thing. I'm gonna give that to Godfrey 2, and oof. Okay, Godfried, I'm gonna send you down there with these VRs. Once the VRs are down there, let them know to come out. You guys look for the glyphs and disarm them. All right?
All right, it could probably be dangerous. How dangerous is it?
Quite.
All right. If I don't make it out, I'm promoting
Why
you
do you
as a
sound
general.
like one of those 1920s radio hosts?
Because this is as close as I can get to Skeletor consistently right now.
I'll
Right.
You're doing
send
so good.
I'll send
All
the
of your
Zee
accents are
simulacrum. I'll send the Zee simulacrum with Godfried. I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, you Z's, you're a simulacrum that listens to me, correct?
Yes.
You listen to
Yes.
this simulacrum too now, and this simulacrum answers to me and me alone. Actually, no, listen to Viari and A's as well, if they ever contact you, but the real ones, not the simulacrums.
Good thinking.
Don't listen to Z's, but this Z's works for you now.
Right. Okay.
You understand that, Z's?
Yeah, I understand that. More or less.
All right, and you're gonna help them disarm the wards. All right?
I mean, yeah, if we make it there,
You're gonna help them make it there.
I'll do my best.
Good. All right, get going. Push them both away.
Can we create an additional Z's simulacrum before we go
I think
sending?
I think he's already been sent. I think
You
they're
guys aren't
already
here.
sent. I think he's already been sent.
Which I will, like, just as a point of order, can we, the one VRE who gave the message to Godfried, can either they not have gone or have send another VRE to VRE?
Yeah, there's another one going to VRE.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to say there's a really good chance that they will survive. You have 10 VREs, a Z's, and Godfried.
More like XCRE, because there's 10 of them.
XVs.
CRE.
Oh my god. Anyway, V to the X. X is equal to 10. I'm gonna roll a D100. I have a set DC that I have to roll into. All right, I'll let you guys know how that progresses tomorrow. Well, next time.
Cool.
All right. But another VRE is off flying and making their way to the actual VRE, VRE Prime. Prime, what are you doing?
I am scouting out the church and taking in any like movement, any what they're doing. I want like my scouts to have true sight up to like, so there's at least one person with true sight all the time. I want to be able to gauge the numbers of the Z's in the church, the like comings and goings, if I ever see the Pope leave, if all of that good information, the timing on things, the approximate like scheduling and operations of
I just
this.
realized I never really gave like what time of day it is here. Holy shit. I've been imagining night, but I could very well be incorrect in what you guys are thinking. What are you guys thinking?
I thought it was afternoon.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
If you
Like
guys are rocking
2:30?
afternoon, we'll go with what you guys say. Because I didn't make a statement. Just what that
I
was.
just always default to about 2:30 p.m. if no date time is said.
You know what? That works. That's rocks for me. You guys. So in this 2:30 p.m. afternoon setting, Viari, please make a perception check.
Okay. I can do that. That is going to be a dirty 20.
All right, so you keep a vigilant watch for about like an hour ish. Like about 5 minutes into your watch, though, a Viari comes and goes, hello. I know you're doing like this whole stakeout thing. Just wanted to let you know that A's had a chat with Z's, and they're going to have another chat later. But they did learn that the simulacrums of Z's have approximately like 2 days before they figure out that you guys changed the taxes. And then they're going to go apeshit?
What do you mean then they're going to go apeshit?
They're gonna do what they want?
Did they clarify what that meant?
That's just all that's all they were told.
We should interrogate our simulacrum of Z's to figure out what that probably means.
Oh, also wait, this one probably doesn't know this because they were sent off prior to that plan happening. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we should do a little bit of a replenish on our Viami and probably get a bunch of either more of us or a bunch of Fader or a bunch of A's or something that we can work with and have at the ready going into this, right? That sounds like a good plan.
Probably. Where are you going to keep them all?
At camp.
There was 10,000 who were brought in there. The city probably doesn't want too many more people in the shantytown necessarily that quickly.
Probably, but the city, I imagine, also doesn't want something to happen in 2 days. So they're kind of gonna just have to deal.
I mean,
Too bad.
They might deal with it by removing the shantytown.
They might, but that might be enough to goad out a bunch of Z stuff and then let us... Do you reckon that would be enough to goad out Z's simulacrums? No?
No, I mean, they probably just wouldn't care. They'd be like, haha, your plan failed. You suck. And then they'd probably
Well, what do
make
you
a silly
think, then?
face. I don't think I'm
We
a
should probably-
simulacrum.
You do, you're me.
I'm a
Okay,
simulacrum, I'm not
fine.
allowed to think.
I give you permission. All right. Well, I've been scouting out the church. What have I learned?
All right, so you send that one away. So you learn with that perception check, you learn that on average there is approximately coming and going from the church on a day-to-day basis, like in an hour. Like, this isn't like the prime time, like mass has concluded. People are just kind of like trickling in and out. There's like maybe like 5, like maybe like I'd say like a good solid like 10-20 people. This is a pretty religious town who kind of make their way in and out. Who like go in and then leave, who you know for a fact are just like churchgoers. As for like officials, you don't see any officials necessarily coming and leaving the church, but you see them in their offices. They seem to be either working or they go down to the main area, and then they will like go and do like a sermon, or they'll go and greet some of the people there to like welcome them into the church. The Pope never leaves, and you do not see them even once.
Are all of the officials Z's simulacrums?
Yes.
Is the guy who we saw out the front that first day, the guy who was like, I'm basically a fourth bishop, is he a Z's simulacrum?
No.
No, the Jazzy Jeff. I know that's not his name, but that's all I remember.
I'm gonna send this information back with the VRE that was leaving, to like just relay to everyone.
Well, you stake out for an hour, so that's gonna take an hour. Are you sure? You can just always send another one.
Well, they were leaving anyway, weren't they?
I know. I'm just saying that then that information is just gonna take an hour because you're watching for an hour. So if they're gonna wait there for they arrive within 5 minutes and then you watch for the whole hour. Like.
Oh, I see. I thought I'd been watching for a while before they got there.
No, I said
okay,
you've been
that
watching
makes
for like
sense.
5 minutes and then they showed up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I should probably wait and then send them off if that's the case.
At any point, does VRE see A's and Z's?
Oh, I was about to get to that.
Okay. Just wondering.
About 45 minutes into this, you do see Z's sauntering through. And you're pretty confident it's Prime. And then about another 5 minutes later, you see A's sauntering in.
Telepathically, A's, are you walking in to a heavily guarded church with the enemy?
I'm gathering intel.
Right. So by gathering intel, I would just like to remind that earlier today, actually, the stars gave us a notice.
Intel is code word for come.
I can't read that.
Right,
Actually,
it says
it's so
don't
blurry.
sleep with the enemy.
What was that? I'm sorry, it's like your internet's like not good, so
Yeah,
it's like cutting
it's
out.
not internet, it is telepathy. You should be able to hear me pretty loud and clear. What the fuck are you doing with Z's?
I'm getting information. I think what I found out already was pretty helpful. It let us know the difference between 7 days and 2.
That's
Objectively true.
I can't argue with that, but that's not the point. You're about to head in. What if he's gonna do something to you while you're in there? He knows that they're gonna go batshit in like 2 days.
It's not gonna do anything like.
What if this is a trap?
I don't think.
A's taking you out of the equation 2 days before with saying we've got a 2-day timer and then taking you out of the equation seems like a pretty good way of handling this, if you ask me.
I just don't think they would do that. That just seems kind of boring. They're gonna have the whole big battle without me.
A's, they want to win.
Yeah, but I know how Zees works. And I'll be fine.
All right, well, while you're in there, figure out what happened with the ring.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't think we ever heard back from you, did we? Your simulacrum.
No. Was he wearing the ring when I saw him?
He was wearing it.
Yeah. So.
Well, by now, the simulacrums would have bounced out because it's been more than 12 hours.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't heard back from her, so. I guess that would have
That's
been
not good.
B's, and then this simulacrum would be C's.
Charlie, what are your thoughts?
On what?
Current situation, plan, A's
I
going
don't
in
know.
there.
Fiore,
I feel like Viara, you have a very strange profile of the Z's character. From what I've seen, he doesn't really want to harm Azed whatsoever. In fact, I do remember Godfried saying something about if anything bad did happen to A's, Z's would probably go crazy. I don't know.
I'm not saying that he would harm A's. I'm saying I think he's... I don't know. It seemed like he might try to take her out of the picture for the next fight. Capture her or something.
he's never done that before.
And so he'd probably find it interesting because he's never done that before.
Yeah, but I don't...
I think
I know Z's. I do.
Alright, well then go.
I'll figure out what happened to the ring.
And so,
Okay.
As you make your way in, despite the accosting from Viari trying to cock block as usual.
As per usual.
As per usual.
Honestly, I hope Viari doesn't pop in at the wrong time telepathically. That'll be awkward.
Damn. Viari just needs to get laid, I think. I think that's the problem.
Viari hasn't
Seriously.
seen Lexi in a while.
Yeah.
You just need to get laid. That's it.
That's what Ace thinks needs to happen. There's a lot of pent up angst there.
Viari just wants to get the job done.
And Ace has done nothing but provide very useful information from these visits. I feel like you should be more encouraging of Ace.
Yeah, Ace also just wants to get the job done. Viari wants revenge, is the thing. Viari wants
Viari
Ace
doesn't
to not
recognize that.
get some.
The entire time that Ace is in there, Viari is like fuming and talking to Alistair going, it doesn't even make any sense. Of course, that's an obviously good plan to do. Get rid of one of our team members before we do anything. She acts like it's ridiculous.
You know,
Has
it's
she never
funny
been in one of
that-
these situations before?
Viari, you keep saying these things like it's a good plan, but is Zees currently engaging in a good plan?
What do you mean?
Is this a good plan? His end goal was to make things difficult.
Yeah, and making things difficult for us also includes taking A's out of the picture. It's
Don't
not
you-
as
don't you
unreasonable
think
as
that
everyone
also
keeps
what
making
makes-
out.
Don't you think another way that he could be making things difficult is by causing, I don't know, inter-workplace conflict?
Well, I don't let it affect how I deal with combat, so it doesn't
but
matter.
it does make you affect how you deal with the rest of your friends. I don't know. All I'm saying is that if that is Z's plan, well, he's doing a very good job of it, isn't he? I gotta get back to work, Viari.
Really glad that A's didn't tell Viari about all the other times that we were been engaged in war and A's went behind enemy lines or brought Z's behind our lines.
So you do meet with Zees. It's a great time as per the usual.
Sure.
You guys are just sitting, hanging out, and he goes, "All right, that was great, nice." High
five.
High five, bro. I feel like I promised something about simulacrum swapping. Is that it? Did I promise you, like, I tell you how I swap Prime?
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. So the trick is, okay. It's tricky. First of all, you gotta have some affiliation with Chaos a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Honestly, most of you could probably fit the bill. But you do need to get permission. I stole permission. You guys could probably get it directly from Alistair once you get a high enough clearance. But how it works for me is, at any point in time, I can use my reaction to swap Prime. That's it. And I can do this any number of times I want per day. And I'm not gonna tell you how I did that because it's illegal.
I honestly don't want to know.
Yeah, don't check page 25 of my tax returns, please.
Oh my god, why would you... Now I have to check page 25.
Oh, please don't.
Why would you tell me to not check page 25?
What if I told you there was just a picture of a very cool and interesting duck there?
I want to see a picture of a duck.
Well, then you should go check it page 25, I guess.
Oh my god. And I'm gonna I'm gonna have to go over your entire tax return. I have to. Because you bought out my company that files your tax returns. So now I have to double check that work. Otherwise my name is dragged through the mud.
I know. Oops.
Oh my god. Okay. What happened to the ace that was in your ring?
Oh, yeah. Popped out 12 hours later. Nice trick. I was expecting it. I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" They were a simulacrum. And I never went back to the Pantheon. I guess that was your trigger or something.
but so it just kind of disappeared. I haven't been back to my
Yeah.
Pantheon in weeks.
Oh. How often do you usually go? Actually, I guess you just became a god around the time that I did, yeah?
Yeah, probably maybe like this. Well, I've been here for a while.
Well, time is weird.
Yeah, that's true. It was like something like that.
Interesting.
But
What's
yeah.
the Chaos Pantheon like?
That is a
I
place.
just- I just
I-
imagine everything. I kind of imagine it like hell, but like less torture, just like dark vibes, cool like red and strobe lighting.
There's a lot of red, yes, but it's
Yeah.
hardly, I would say, not like the typical hell. It's very naturally disorganized, but everything gets done. It's everybody just kind of does their own thing in their own space. We all are given our orders randomly. We're all just more or less. We're given a lot of freedom. It's not structured. We get to choose how we do things, and occasionally we all get paired off and sent on missions. Otherwise, a lot of us will just hang out in our infinite domains, do what we want. I just like to come down here.
What does your domain look like?
Complications?
What does that look like?
It's a nice place. You know, lovers getting entangled and then realizing they've had an affair for the last 40 years, discovering that your long-lost grandfather was in fact an ancient king. Maybe it was about the fact that you were raised by a bunch of kittens in a forest or something. Maybe it's all about the fact that your arch nemesis beats you in a duel and you can't ever figure out how you did it. There's a lot of ways how complications can seep into your life. It's all about just finding where to stick the wrench, right? Or where to twist the knife.
It's like a lot of theatrics, seems like, for
It is.
like a place to hang out. I guess why you come here if you want like,
Yeah, I want to
Quiet.
keep it metaphorical.
yeah.
But I
I
like
got a
the-
lot of sand.
Oh. Could you take me there? Come on. I'll show you complications.
You already know how to get to the Pantheon of Order.
I can get to the contract. As soon as I stepped out of it, I would be instantly eviscerated by 1,000 different paper cuts. The divine contract is a dead zone. It's almost like neutral ground. Almost. Not quite neutral. But I'll take you to complications first if you're so scared about it.
I mean, what assurances do I have just walking into the Chaos Pantheon?
They won't know. They don't check up on me.
Not now.
Okay. Well, you let me know.
Once this all shakes out.
Once this all shakes out, who knows where I'm gonna be. Might be a while until we see each other again, to be honest. And you know that.
Yeah. Oh, I also, yeah, while I was talking with Fate, they gave me a prophecy about you.
Oh, me? What'd they say about me?
Said that you're going to fall. Don't know
Ooh.
how literal.
Does that mean I lose this one?
I don't know.
Well, if I do lose this one, you guys managed to win back a 40-year head start. That is interesting.
It's a little embarrassing.
A little. Not gonna lie, be a little upset about it, but I get over it.
Yeah.
Or am I gonna fall, be demoted? Who knows? Very interesting. Maybe I'll trip.
Maybe. I was thinking that I could just push you over and maybe that would count, but I don't know if that would work. I'm sure Viari would be happy to push you over.
True. Oh, wouldn't it be funnier if I fell in love? Ooh. What if I did that and I really pissed off Viari and I got actual feelings involved?
Fell in love with who?
Oh, with you, obviously. But then we could get married.
We're already kind of married.
Yeah, but like properly.
Yeah. Do it, coward, you won't. No, I don't say that. Yeah. Okay.
All ideas, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, probably I should get back to work. I imagine Viari is... He looks outside at the window, dying to hear about this meeting. And waves
What
at
if
one of
we-
the Simulacrums.
yeah.
What if?
Are you busy tonight?
I don't have to be.
I'll take you up on your deal. I'll find some way. Can't do it now. They're expecting me. I'll show you my domain, and you show me yours.
Hell yeah. All right. See you later tonight then. About 9.
9.
Simulacrum.
Oh, did you see chat?
Yeah, I saw you just going, do it, 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 do it.
I wasn't sure because I could see Amelia reacting, but I couldn't see you reacting. Viari's gonna be fuming, but this is amazing. I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know what his
that's only if Viari
domain
finds
looks
out.
like. Yeah.
And so, Zees uncharacteristically gives you a hug. Usually he'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
I think between the hug and the conversation about love, A's like flushes a little bit and
Totally
Um,
slipped a ring on you or something.
I don't.
What's your passive?
22.
You look at your pinky finger and you see Viari's ring.
Yeah, I just kind of twist it around and fidget with it, and I walk out.
All right.
I'll do like a cursory walk around some parts, so it's like, yeah, I'm getting intel, and then I head back.
Viari, you see Z's and A's meet up and promptly close the windows. And then
Just trying to get information on the rest of the church.
You get a bit more information. You learn a little bit more that there's at least a lot of the simulacrums are invisible. However, they are not necessarily invisible by their own concentration. Other creatures are concentrating on the invisibility for them. As you see them, like, it seems like it's like they'll like do things. They're acting weirdly, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The entire time I'm workshopping with Charlie, like, new stories to tell about the sun god, because I know that that's the next step. What do you think they're doing? The simulacrums. Why do you think they're being weird? Not the alphabet.
Okay. The alphabet?
Yeah.
The Z, they're probably running patrols, making sure no one snuck in. I mean, I'd imagine they would have found at the very least some of your army or aware of their presence. You're a sneaky bastard. I'd imagine they'd be looking out for you.
Probably. But they don't look like they're concentrating on invisibility. Maybe something else? I'm going to get one of the scouts to cast Detect Magic. Is there a spell that's going to let me identify a spell on them?
No.
Okay. But Detect Magic will give me the school. So I can maybe, if they, and one of the ones who's clearly not concentrating on their own invisibility, to try to figure out the school so that I can maybe make a guess at what they might be actually concentrating on, or why they might want their concentration free.
They are currently, I will give you this, they are currently ritual casting a spell, or casting a spell that has a long time of cast.
Hello. We can't have this fight anywhere near the church. They're going to double their damage on us. They're going to make us vulnerable to... Shit. Okay. We need to either get rid of the Hallow. They're doing it the normal way. So they're going to still have their 9th level spell slots. Okay, we can work with this. We need to get rid of it. They're probably covering the whole place, so there's probably multiple Hallows happening right now.
A
Because...
single Hallow cannot overlap a space that has another Hallow in it.
But it can, like, you can side by side so that the entire building gets covered. That's what I mean. Yeah. They're definitely... Then they're probably going to lock us in with, like, a wall of force. And bombard us with fire damage. Because that thing makes us cast fireball on us, centered on ourselves. They're going to try to cook us in an oven.
More like kill you with fireballs.
Kill us with fireballs that we're going to be vulnerable to. High level fireballs that we're going to be vulnerable to. Okay. Does Hallow work despite resistance?
So Hallow applies the vulnerability over top of whatever you're resistant to.
Okay. We've got to goad them out of there, or we need to get rid of the Hallows. We cannot let them. They're doing too much setup. We can dispel them. We're gonna need a plan. We're gonna need a bunch of simulacrums to come in and work on dispelling that. Mm-hmm. It could also be they could also have attuned the Hallows to keep us out, or to keep other Order Pantheon Celestials out. I guess that's probably something they can do. I think we could do it to the Chaos Pantheon, could we?
Yeah,
that was
you could declare. You could declare like Chaos gods or like Order gods.
But Zees maybe they're still ritual casting it, so A's just walked in there, so maybe not. Maybe that's not what it is, but maybe it is. Can Hallow bolster your damage as opposed to making something else vulnerable?
You can give yourself resistance. You can.
To force. Mm-hmm. That's what I would do. Or necrotic. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to get rid of these Hallows. All right. Can you send a message to Godfried? Let him know. We're gonna have to plan.
I'll tell a Viari to do that.
The other thing... Oh, sorry. I thought I was talking to a Viari. No. I'm going to ping one of the Viaris.
Okay.
The other thing is... Wait. Do you want to slip inside?
Sure.
No, not you, Viari. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie, do you want to slip inside?
You gotta be more clear who you're talking to here, the kid.
Sorry.
You're swapping people.
I assume being telepathic, you would know.
You know, sometimes, kid, you're baffling.
Well, if you slip inside and scout out the inside and see what's happening, see if you can figure out the spells and whatnot.
I can do my best, I guess. I can give it a shot.
That would be good, thanks.
He does like a little, like an old man stretch, and then his wings pop out of his back. And he just starts flapping it, and he casts invisibility, and he makes his way inside.
Can I get him to check whether or not... Okay, so Hallow. I'm looking for Hallow. I'm looking for Symbol. I'm looking for Glyph of Warding. Is there any of the others that are sort of like more long-term that I'm forgetting right now?
Let me check one spell. I know this one. Yeah, Forbiddance.
Forbiddance? What does Forbiddance do? I need to look this up. Forbiddance, D&D Beyond. Oh, interesting. You create a ward against magical travel that protects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space to a height of 30 feet above the floor. This is going to stop us from teleporting. So if they do lock us in like an oven situation, we're not going to be able to get out. For the duration, creatures can't teleport into the area or use portals, such as those created by the gate spell, to enter the area. The spell proofs the area against planar travel and therefore prevents creatures from accessing the area by way of astral plane, ethereal plane, Feywild, Shadowfell, or Planeshift spell. In addition, the spell damages types of creatures that you choose when you cast it. Choose one or more of the following. Celestials, it'll probably be that. When a chosen creature enters the spell's area for the first time in a turn or starts its turn there, a creature takes 5d10 radiant or necrotic damage, your choice, when you cast the spell. When you cast the spell, you can designate a password. A creature that speaks the password as it enters the area takes no damage from the spell. The spell's area can't overlap with the area of another forbidden spell. If you cast Forbiddance every day for 30 days in the same location, the spell lasts until it is dispelled, and the material components are consumed on the last casting. It's a 6th level spell. It's probably being, I mean, can you upcast that? I don't think you can. It doesn't say that you can upcast it, so the DC should be 16 to dispel it.
You can always upcast a spell.
You can?
Yeah,
Yes.
it just doesn't do
okay.
anything.
So,
It doesn't do anything,
alright.
but you still are casting it at that level. It still becomes a that level spell. And so,
Okay.
for example,
So
a
if
dispel
I had to
magic would require
guess,
that.
If I had to guess, currently he's probably setting up Hallow, Forbiddance, maybe some Glyphs and Warding and Symbol in there thrown in for, you know, some flavor. And he's going to lock us in, give us vulnerability to a damage type, and like with some Walls of Force or whatever, give us vulnerability to a damage type, make it so that we can't teleport out and then just like bombard us.
Those are options.
As Aze walks out, I go running up to I'm gonna ping Aze and be like, did Zees say like anything weird when you did Zees like say a password when you walked in?
I didn't notice one. Should I?
Do you remember what he said?
No. Can I roll to see if I remember? Amelia don't. But
There was nothing that he said. He didn't say nothing.
I don't think he said anything.
They probably haven't finished casting the spell. The way that Chad is just sitting there going for the fireball, I'm so mad that this is
It's my
final
fans.
boss. I know, but this is our final boss, and it makes a lot of sense. But I'm so mad about it. It's so on brand.
It's
for you.
on
I'm
brand. It's
infuriated.
great. We stay on brand.
I'm gonna tell Godfried. I'm gonna send a simulacrum to tell Godfried.
I'm just gonna like treat if VR is communicating with me telepathically. I'm gonna like look for you, I guess.
Yeah, I'm also like the entire time I'm gonna ping you my location, and the entire time I'm going to like mentally explain what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I would be within 200 feet of you because I have to be able to make the telepathic.
I would,
bond.
and I would know that.
Yeah. And then I'm
Ace
going
is
to
like halfway paying attention and then halfway just thinking about what what the Pantheon of Chaos is like.
Anyway, did you find out any information about the plan, the ring plan?
Yeah, he said that after 12 hours popped out, dispelled itself or whatever because it didn't get the trigger or something. It's gone.
Well, was he lying?
I don't think so. He's hard to read.
Did you check?
Of course. What do you mean, did I check? Do you want me every time he says something to just be like, are you lying to me? He's
You
hard
know
to
you
read.
can like insight check to see if someone's lying.
Yeah, I
Did you do that?
Yeah. I thought
I would like to roll a deception check because Brooke, as a player, knows full well that that is not true.
you're asking if I think he's. It's not like A's mind is like, I am going to make an insight check every time.
In all fairness, I would have pinged A's and said, like, you might find that suspicious.
That's fair. 35.
You know, Viari,
29.
that at the very least, A's did not find the information that was told to them suspicious.
Okay.
I feel like you're not as good at reading Z's as you think you are.
I don't think I'm good at reading Z's. I don't trust Z's.
I'm not
Everyone
like reading
acts
Z's
I'm
like when they.
crazy.
I'm not saying that like reading Z's like you're lying. I just don't think you like know what makes them tick or how they go about things.
Which is why I'm suspicious.
I mean, yeah, or is why you could just listen.
What is there to listen to? I've heard you tell me that they're in love with you, that they're going to blow
Well,
up
okay,
the world
so
if
it's
anything
really
ever
not
happens
the
to
word
you.
we
I
love.
swear to God, Ace! I'm so
I think they
sick
would
of
actually
everyone
be
acting
worse
like
if they
I don't
would
know how to
admit
do
that
my
they were
job
lovely.
suddenly just because this person has walked onto the scene. I've been doing this for a really long time, thank you very much. My entire life, thank you. I don't need your input. I know that I'm suspicious of Z's. I know that I'm mad at Z's. I know that maybe this is impacting my decisions and making me scrutinize them a little closer than normal, but that doesn't mean that the ideas that I have, that the things that I keep saying are that unreasonable. A's, this is order, and this is getting agreement back. Your stupid boyfriend. It doesn't matter. I'll walk away.
Viari, you're now actually not doing your job properly. Go back there and get the information that A's was about to offer you before you decided to yell at them. Right now. You said this wasn't going to affect your decision-making process. It just did. You're better at your job than this.
What do you want to tell me, Ace?
Shit. Sorry, a lot's happened. I do tell Viari the important stuff, except for the part where I'm gonna go take a little vacation later tonight.
All right.
And I also will slide the ring off my pinky and drop it to you.
Is it mine? Do I have a way to identify?
It's yours.
It's mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to... So it's one of my simulacrums, technically, so I can't jump into it. I'm going to dispel magic on it to see if anything is still inside.
Nope. And with that, that is where we're going to end stream for today. Actually, you know what? Not quite. That's where we're going to end your little scene here. Down in the basement. Godfried. Squadron. Legion. You guys see guarding these glyphs. Guarding this place. You see a Zzzz kitted out with weaponry. I need you to roll initiative.
Alright, Gift of Alacrity and Ambush. Alright. 21.
He definitely does not look like Raiden from
Oh, I'm
Metal Gear
not
Rising
done.
Revengeance right now. I promise you.
I hate you.
What was your initiative?
I'm still rolling.
All right.
30.
30.
This is the Simulacrum, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, 30.
All right. I rolled a 1. And we will get to this fight next time. I just wanted to do that. I want to leave on a cliffhanger. So thank you all so much for watching tonight. This has been Paperwork Pantheon. We had a nice little jaunty episode. Lots of RP. We didn't get to single combat tonight, which is a rarity for me. Look at me go, running RP-focused games.
Character development.
I feel like this is character regression. I have been Offbeat Outlaw, the Dungeon Master. I use he, they pronouns. Please support me on my YouTube, which you're already here for, and my Patreon. That is how I do this every single week. That is how I pay for my stuff, and how I continue to make content as much as I do. Also, please, I'm going to plug this twice because Danny doesn't plug it enough. But please check out his YouTube channel and watch his videos because that's also where I get paid. Passing to Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia Som. You can find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. I have so many projects coming up, so just follow me on Twitter and then you can hear about all of them as they happen.
Swag. Brooke.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn Tuesday. You can find me mostly on Instagram and TikTok. My brain just went blank. Go follow Offbeat's Patreon. Subscribe to Offbeat's Patreon or something. Because that's the thing you always forget to plug, which is odd. Wait, did you? Wait, did I?
I did this week. Fuck you.
I feel like I glossed it. I was trying to help. It was an honest. Danny.
What's good? I'm Danny. I'm about to stream. Go watch YouTube.
Swag. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all next week for another episode of Paperwork Pantheon. Have a lovely evening. Get the fuck out of my house.